Hello, Tom Levecki here with the latest edition of the Armchair MBA. Today, we're going to do a little bit of a different episode. We're going to talk today about how to repair your reputation online. Now, I own an agency called X Factor Media. Hey, Lexi, how are you? Welcome. There's a little different today. We're going to talk about how to repair your reputation online. Now, this is super important. Okay. So we all have pasts. Things happen in life. And when you Google your name, it could have a positive impact. It could have a negative impact. So what I do is we don't advertise this service. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Lexi. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. So we're going to pivot for those coming in. I'm going to talk about how to fix your reputation online. Here's the reason why you're going to want to hear it. If you have Googled your name and you don't like what you're going to see, we are going to share today, or I'm going to share today. Thank you, Lexi. So I'm going to share with everybody today live how to repair your reputation online. Candidly, what happens is I'm going to have Bay 8th join me. Bay 8th, how you doing today?
Good.
Awesome. Welcome. All right. So people come to me all the time and say, listen, there's an expression. If you want to hide a dead body, where do you put it? On the second page of Google. Okay. Now, people come to me all the time where they say, hey, you know what? I Google my name. I had an arrest. I might be at backdated child support, anything reputation, maybe something incorrect about me, whatever it was. I Google my name, it jams me up, and Tom, I really need your help. Now, I'm going to be really upfront. A service like this, how much would you guess costs per month to hire a guy like me to fix your reputation, roughly?
I don't know, maybe like $3 to $5 grand, $2 to $5 grand, $2 to $4 in that range.
Good answer. The starting point is $2,500 per month. The average people spend with us when we do take them on is $5,000, and then some people spend upwards of $10,000 a month just to fix their reputation online. And I'm telling you, I get a lot of guys and gals coming to me, and they say, "Hey, you know what? I Google myself. I'm really worried about it. What do I do?" Okay, so Joe, I have 4 levels that I ask where people are at with their name and their reputation online. Number 1 is the lowest level. Does it bother you? Right? You Google it every day. It bothers you. You may have a little sleep. Whatever happens, right? But it bothers you. The next level is you're losing kind of new business and new social opportunities.
Right.
New businesses, you know what, Joe? You're doing your business. You have your customers. You have your friends. But you know what? The phone's not really ringing. Or you know what? You apply for a job and you're not getting that call back. Or better, you get to an interview, you're about to get a job offer and you don't get a call back. Or you have a small business and you're not getting new people walk through the door and it happens. So that's kind of the second level. The third level is really tough. That's when it affects you both business and personal, but it affects your new business and your current business. So you're not getting that new job. You get fired from your job. You have a business and you're losing current clients saying, Joe, you know what? I can't F with you anymore. I'm out of here. And the final level, and this is the $10K a month, when everything just goes to shit, right? You can't get new friends. Your old friends are bailing on you. Your network is bailing on you. You are done. You are done. You are done. And those are the 4 levels that vary from low all the way to high. Okay, now, so Joe, we don't have perfect lives. Give me an example, and it doesn't have to be you, of something that happened that tarnished somebody's reputation online. Something that you could think of.
Something I could think of?
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj, the rapper, right?
Yeah.
Her husband was charged with I guess it was sex with a minor.
Yeah. Well,
From
I'll
back
give
in
you.
the
I'll
day.
give you. Yeah.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So I'll give you 2 clients that we do not take on. Actually, well, yeah, really 2 clients that we have. Well, 3 type of clients. Number 1 is anybody who gets on the child sex offender list. We will not take them.
Which is good.
Number 2, we will not take anybody convicted of rape. And number 3, we're not taking anybody for any type of domestic abuse convicted. Right? Obviously, a lot of
If
allegations.
something's pending, though, like
Well,
innocent till proven guilty, is that where we go?
On the reputation management front, what I'll do today is I'll show you. So those are kind of the 3 and 4 category. Those are really serious. The only way we'd ever take that on, unless we would wait out the trial and find out if they're not guilty. But we, as a company, we decide who we kind of take on and who we don't. Hey, Carlos, and who we don't. So with that being said, is unless they're convicted, we'll maybe wait it out. Generally, people call us when the damage is already done. Nobody says, well, I'm on trial.
Right.
I had this, and this. It's usually something from the past that bites them in the ass. And generally, it affects opportunities. And again, typically the damage is already done. Okay. So here's the steps that you do when you don't love it when you Google your own name. What do you think one of them is? What would you do? You Google your own name. You Google Bay 8th Joe. And something comes from the past first on top and bites you in the ass. What are some of the things that you can do first?
That I could do first?
What would you do first other than call me?
Call you, exactly. Yeah. Head for the hills. Move out of the country, possibly.
Well, believe it or not, number 1 is if you don't have the time. So this is a time versus money proposition. The reason why it's on average $5,000 a month, it's a very Yankees fans for life. It's a very tedious task. So you might give us the $5,000 a month and not have to do much, or you got to do it yourself and it takes a lot of time. So believe it or not, you're not far off. The number 1 first thing we recommend is change your name.
Yeah.
Change your name. Because what happens is you change your name, people Google the new name, and you're free and clear. Or change the name of your business, and you're free and clear. Right? This is pretty serious. I'll give you some examples. There was an executive at a pharmaceutical company who was saying some like inappropriate remarks at like a happy hour, right? And sake of argument, it was like, well, this woman's pregnant. You know what? When she comes back, I'm just going to keep her at a level, not promoting her. She's having a kid. Not only did she find out about it, she sued that large pharmaceutical company. Right? Here's what else he did. He had his executive team over his house for dinner, right? Mm-hmm. And he had a secretary, an administrative assistant. She happened to be African American, right? And he had her serve cookies everybody at the meeting at his house, which, if you know the corporate world, is not something you really do. So there was a whole bunch of things this guy did that was out of pocket in terms of corporate compliance and corporate ethics, right? He got let go. Basically lost a $400,000 a year job. Could not find a job anywhere. So here's what we did. Okay. Number 1, believe it or not, aside from changing your name, which sometimes is not easy to do, you can ask the site that is hosting the negative information, and you could actually ask kindly and politely for them to remove it. You know?
I mean, that would be a good first step, but I don't know how effective that is.
Well, I'll give you what happened in this particular case. So we actually went to that site and politely asked and said, "Hey, can you please remove that from the web?" What did they do? Deleted it. And we're dancing a jig. Okay. What happens is the way Google works is if there's duplicate information, meaning Article 1 is here and Article 2 is here and they're exactly the same, they will only put one, and the other one will be on a 200 search result. They don't reward duplicate copy or plagiarism. Here's what happened. The one that we got rid of was kind of a weaker site. By removing the weaker one, Elsevier, which is what is called an authority site, a book company, picked up the docket, and that went to number 1. So basically, we went from fighting your local 10-year-old kid to fighting basically Andre the Giant.
Right.
So we're like, this is not good. Okay. Well, let's go through the steps. You could change your name. You could ask politely for removal. If you want, you Google your name and you kind of see if there's a duplicate just in case a stronger one pops up, because that could happen. But once you do that and that doesn't work, what would you do next? So Bay 8th, Joe was a bad dude. You did something really bad in your previous life. What do you do next?
I don't know.
What social media are you on?
Me, I'm not on social media, but Facebook, I guess. Everyone's on Facebook.
Okay. Okay. Actually, Ryan brings a great point. Okay. And you bring a great point too. So the first question I ask everyone, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not subject to client privilege. There has been a case where I sat in on a three-way conversation with your lawyer, so I had a little bit more flexibility, or my lawyer, whatever the case was. I still don't know if it indemnified us, but nevertheless, I asked, you know what, Bay 8th? Is it true? Is it true?
Right.
And if it's true, can you own it in a way by releasing a statement or creating content or having something that says, hey, you know what? It was true. That was a previous life. And move on. You want to get in front of these things, not behind them.
Right.
The worst thing you can do in PR is hide things because people will catch up, especially in this new environment with the internet. But when you're upfront about it, you put it out there in Front Street and you have a greater chance for getting forgiveness. And everybody always loves a comeback story. Hold on.
Right.
Oh, no, Anthony, I just have ADD. So when I pull it up, I just pull it up real quick. And I'll keep it up there for you. Okay. So now you say to yourself, I'm screwed, right? I need to save my name, right? I save my name. Yes, Rogan is a big Joe Rogan fan. Okay, now you type your name in. You're up to Craps Creek. What do? The first thing is you create social media names with that particular name. I'll give you an example. You might be Bay 8th Joe lawsuit, right? You're worried about a lawsuit, right? And the lawsuit sites are very effective in coming up by their name, right?
Mm-hmm.
And story short, you'll type in Bay 8th Joe lawsuit. You create a Facebook. You create a LinkedIn. You create an Instagram. If it's a business, a Google My Business page. Like you may not want to say lawsuit in there, but you get what I'm saying. So you create up to 30 different social media accounts, right? 30. Here we go. Yeah, and I actually wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a volunteer. If I get a volunteer in the name, I maybe we could try this out live. So,
yeah, my name is not Mud yet, but soon. I'm slowly creeping there. So,
hey Tom. So anybody who sits John Gotti's backyard respects with Jimmy Clange on the phone. That T-shirt. I can't walk in while I try to. I don't know what. I don't. I don't know what that. Sorry. Like we're focused on business topics today, brother. I know it's not as exciting and maybe a little bit boring, but for people that have typed in their name and they're missing out on opportunities, they're not getting that job, they lost your job, it's pretty serious stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and have a little fun with this today. And again, rather than pay thousands per month, just watch this video, watch on the replay, and I hope save you a boatload of cash, or send this to a friend who needs it. That's a dope hat, by the way.
thank you.
So with that said, okay, so there's up to 30 different social mediums you could sign up for. I would not only sign up for all 30, but I would actually go in. I would go in and type and be active on about 15 of them. So what happens? So you have an authority site, right? An authority site is a site that's well known. So the Facebook might rank on or around the lawsuit or the arrest record. The Instagram may. The Twitter may, right? The LinkedIn again may. Whatever that is. All these things. Wait, Nelson, you want me to type in your name? We'll try it out for you. Getting a phone call. I don't know what that is. So with that being said, Okay, well, I'm going to type in Nelson Padilla. We're doing this live. I have no idea how this is going to work.
Vinny Bracco.
Well, no, I don't want to do it without permission, especially not on the
Okay.
live.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're right.
So remember, this is public information that I'm typing in. I type in Nelson Padilla, right? Now, I'm kind of looking for something on him. Stamp. Okay. So in this particular case, and I don't know if it's him, and you don't have to, I don't want you to confirm, please, because that's your personal information. So people versus Padilla, right? Now at this point, Nelson does not want to change his name, right? Nelson is really worried about this because it's popping up. This particular person lives in Illinois, maybe can't get a new job or is missing out on opportunities. So the recommendation at that point for Nelson, again, if Nelson does not want to change his name, to put together a program where they sign up for 30 social different mediums, are active on it, and then that's a starting point. It's going to take 3 to 5 months to get any activity to even move anything, but that is a starting point. Okay, yeah, we are about business tonight. And Nelson, thank you for that. And we're going to go even further. I have ADD as well. Okay, so next. Okay, I think as time goes by, your name in Google goes further back on pages. That is categorically incorrect. Okay, it is incorrect. The worst thing you can do is nothing. You know why? Google likes two things: trust, meaning it comes from a trustful site, like a legal.com, right? Or it also likes age. It's the opposite. It's the opposite of the real world. So we like age. So you trust an age. It's like an old friend. And the longer it sits there, the harder it is to move. So again, to repeat, ask that site to take it down. They might or they may not. You ask to change. You maybe go to change your name. And then number 3, you create a whole bunch of press releases. A whole bunch. I'll get the press releases in a second. You get a whole bunch of social mediums. And not only do you do them, but you're active in them. This is going to take of your time 2 to 3 to 4 hours per day, non-negotiable, or it's not going to move. Or you hire a service to do it for you. That's why it's going to be in the thousands, and that's why it's so expensive. Okay. What up, Tommy boy? Hope all's good with the family. Thank you. See diversity in the new show. Yes, good job, bro. Keep pushing forward. Progression, not perfection, brother. Thank you, Rob Moyer. It is totally appreciated. And again, we're just doing something a little different tonight. So if you got years to wait, it will move. Again, the longer you wait, the worse it is, and the harder it is to move.
Tom, look at Daniel B's comment. What's up, Daniel B? That's a good comment. Can you make a newspaper article? Could that be taken down?
Okay. So there's a few different types, and we've done this successfully, and we've done this unsuccessfully. Okay. Successfully is if you have like a local rag, right? Let's call it the Staten Island Advance, right? Let's call it My Magazine, New Jersey Digest, right? If you write to the editor and you say, hey, listen, you know what? This is true or partially true, but it's really damaging my business. And you say, hey, listen, it's really untrue. You have a chance that if it's a local magazine, a local rag, if you will, a local website, and it's a tier 2, you have a shot at taking it down. Believe it or not, I actually respond better when somebody comes to me and says, you know what? This guy posted an article about me on your site. It's hurting my business. It's really affecting me. Can you please help me out, right? Or my former partner or whatever. I will respect that more than if I get it from a lawyer or some legalese. So you know what I do? I send it to my lawyer and have them fight it out, right? From a big freedom of speech person. So you can't ask the editor to take it down. Some, and you guys will like this, there is a thing called ripoff report. And this is the biggest shakedown going. Talk about mafia. Joe Bay 8 does something wrong. They type in Joe Bay 8 ripoff. You end up on ripoff report. It comes up to the top. And sure enough, what happens? You can call them up and you can't pay them to remove it. but you can pay them to say it is addressed and we moved on, right? Now, the guys in Arizona, they have fairly strong state laws to prevent them from getting sued. So basically, there's legal shakedown. There's legal shakedown of your name done all the time. And beware, because they will reach out to you and say, hey, Bay 8th, Joe, we caught your hand in the cookie jar. We reported on it. And by the way, it's $1,500 a month for the next 6 months, and we'll put it as resolved. I don't believe in those services because what happens when you stop paying, right? And there's services that will kind of shake you down. And there's also services that claim to be Russian hackers that you can pay to have it removed. Don't fall for it. Some smaller magazines may have their hand out a little bit and say, hey, I can remove it, but there's a fee. Depending on which category, which I'll go through again, that you fall into, it may be worth it. Again, 4 categories. 1, it bothers you. You know what? Get over it, bro. It's your ego. Next, you're losing new business and new opportunities. Level 3 is you're losing all your business and social opportunities or jobs. And 4th is the worst. You're losing everything. Your net worth, fines, your spouse, your kids, your livelihood. Your mother's not calling you back. So depending on the spectrum you're at, it may be worth an investment to preserve your name. Remember, in business and in life, reputation is not everything. It's the only thing. And that's why I wanted to do this today. Thank you, Yankees for Life. And I wanted to do something different because I get this request literally once a day. Hey, guys, I'm a fan of the show. Hey, listen, I used to be in the life, or I used to be a street guy, or I used to do A, used to be B. I want to turn my life around. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, hey, what's your name? Well, I don't Google their name, and they did some pretty sketchy shit, right? I'm not there to judge them. Again, I believe it's how you start. It's not how you start, it's how you end, right? So with that being said is I want to help you help yourself restore your reputation online so you can get back to getting that new trade, to getting to that new skill, to getting that new job or opening that new business. Well, I can't find myself like I used to, although it's been years. Well, you may have a pretty common name, right? What I want you to do, I want you to put an extender, meaning I want you to put your name in and put lawsuit, put scam, put ripoff, right? Mm-hmm. Then tell me if it comes up, and then drop a link below. If it would have said Western District, I would have been like, oh shit. Okay, if you got something for the Western District with your name, now I'll give you the positive, I'll give you the negative. The positive, Nelson Padilla is a semi-common name. Nelson's a semi-common name. It's not that bad. However, if they Google you and you're attached to the Western District, email me Tom New Theory today and open up your pocketbook. The dockets that are .gov, and I'll give you what kind of sites to look out for. Whenever it's a .gov, you're fucked. I sometimes don't even take .govs. Why? It's a governmental website that lists your case. The next are the .coms, the Pacers, the aggregate sites, the bigger sites, news sites, NewYorkPost.com. We had a doctor who charged $178,000 for a piece of surgery, and the patient complained about it, and they were on the front page of the New York Post. That was a tough one. So there's ones that are tougher than others, and depending on the case, maybe you add a middle initial, right? So your name is Nelson L. Padilla. So I would put the L in there on all your paperwork that you submit for jobs or for career or for business opportunities, or your full name, your full middle name. Another thing people do is they'll say first initial, like L. Joe for middle name, and last name Bay 8th. That's another way. And say, hey, people ask, I go by my middle name. Okay. I've been in trouble 10 years. I Google my name. You're thinking of max security prison by now. This is interesting to me. I'd be interested to see if it still comes up, Lexi. Obviously, I will not do that for you. But you're welcome to do it yourself. Yes, I know of Rena Media. It's the local newspaper out of Elizabeth, New Jersey. He has a one in Peterstown, and I think he owns all the local reds around there. I read it when it's sent to me, but I don't go out and get it. Ryan, that's not entertaining to me. Just take it for what it is, entertaining. No, Antonio, tonight is just business topic for tonight. I told you we're going to diversify the channel a little bit. We're having a little bit more of a serious discussion. If it's not your cup of tea, I fully and totally understand. We can pivot over and make fun of Joe if you'd like. Just kidding. His hat and stuff. But with that being said, we're doing just a little bit of a different topic tonight. This would be help if us possibly looking for jobs. Absolutely looking for jobs. Looking to change careers. Maybe I know somebody recently had the job already. So Joe, they had the job already. They were like literally accepting the offer. They were about to put their 2 weeks, and the new job offer just went dark. Why? Because they Googled her name.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And this is important, especially a lot of guys that are in around this life.
What happens if it's not true, though? That's the thing that's crazy, is anybody could just post anything. Is there any, like, legal ramifications that could be, if someone just starts going at you?
Yeah, so there's a few different things. Number one, and everybody knows this, a mob tube, a lie will make it around the world before the truth even puts its boots on. So the lie will always escape first, right? So what happens if you have something written about you or on YouTube said about you that's untrue? I believe it's slander if it's verbal and libel if it's written. In that particular case, you could retain a firm like ours. I would go more the legal angle for that. I would have the basis of that it's Sandy agrees. I would have the basis on saying, hey, you know what? Cease and desist. It's not true. And then you could actually take legal action. And it's very big money. Very big money. If somebody writes something bad about you or says something about you, and there's a lot of injury, whether it be financial or opportunity, and then you could be on the hook for a civil lawsuit. So that's when you would employ a lawyer. But I would like to try to change your mind on that. I'm not sure if that's for me. Raekwon. What do you say?
I said Raekwon too, but barely.
Okay, let me see. God, there's so many different comments tonight. It's going through. Vinny Brocco from the Bronx. Consistent, solid contact without swallowing the mud. Props. I love your name, Tony the Jooch. There he is. John Wolf. John, can you drop a message below? Did you see the appointment of Sandy as a new? It's on the short of my channel, and I hashtagged you. That Sandy is the new official head of the Cat Cosa Nostra.
Nice.
She took over. She's a new boss. I know John Wolf reports on these important topics. And John, welcome. Hey, Jeff, why don't you jump in if you're available?
Yeah, you have Jeff's email, right?
Yeah.
If you can, send him my email because he asked for it. So
Sure.
I don't have his yet, but when you get a chance.
Yeah. Okay. What's purple tape? Okay. No, it's Raekwon's better. Raekwon, there was a song that Raekwon did on a single, and I can never find it. It was about basically like a song about an Italian mobster, and I can't remember the name of it. You were pretty good with Raekwon?
Well, he has the Wu Gambino song. That's on like the back end of the purple tape. The song's called Wu Gambinos.
Yeah, but that was another one. There's one about like an individual guy and how like he's sitting around in pasta and it's about an Italian mobster. And I can never find it. I have a good Wu-Tang Clan story. I actually got a few of them actually. They were connected with the Gambinos for real, right?
Well, you had said that, yeah.
Yeah. So there was a good friend of mine, and he was a director on set. And they were doing something with the Wu-Tang Clan. They show up like 15 deep, right? they get there late, high as fuck, late. Okay. Now, mind you, this is a true union production set. Actually, I think even in Staten Island. And there's a guy in the trunk. And the production assistant hears, and they're like, "What's that?" Like, don't worry about it. No, let me out, let me out, let me out. The guy opens the door. They beat the shit out of him. They shut it again. The guy, let me out. The production assistants, these are kids. These are regular people. People walked off the set. The production assistants, some of them left. They had enough people there to film, and sure enough, they got back in the car, or however their cars they got there, 3-4 cars, and they left. I still think the guy's in the trunk this day.
That's crazy.
But they were some crazy shit.
Oh yeah. That fucking I was actually just over there recently. They got the wall on Tarji and Sobel.
Okay.
And it's like the Wu-Tang wall, you know, and I actually went there to take some pictures because they just repainted it.
Nice.
Yep.
Did you hear how they did them dirty when that guy Schrekel bought the $1 million
oh yeah.
It went around to each of them and took a little bit from each, gave them no money, gave them no part of the revenue, but created this album that was never heard ever. And the way they worked around it, they only made one copy and it was never sold. It was sold as art.
Yep. The farmer guy got it.
Yep. That guy,
yeah.
the
he
farmer
paid $2 million for it, I think.
Yep. Who turned out to be
a schemer.
A jerk off. Because he had a drug for HIV or whatever it was, or some antiviral.
He sold it at
5 cents. It went up to $750. And I was in the pharmaceutical industry, and like that's not good. Jump on. Ooh, I keep doing the wrong thing. Jeff, jump on. We're doing a little freestyle tonight. A little bit of business. We're always going to probably migrate to the mob stuff. You know that.
Tom, you're going to have to, man, Marky Mark is on your bumper, man. You better get in touch with him.
I responded. I responded today. He emailed me, and I, what is it called? I emailed him back today. Marky Mark, make sure you got it. Once in a while, my stuff goes to spam. What neighborhood were you in Brooklyn? Rob Lito wants to know. Where'd you grow up, babe? And I what was it, Bensonhurst?
But I lived in other areas too. I lived on Bay 8th. I lived on East 59th between J and K over by El Park. Bay 7th I lived on. That's about it. Oh, I lived on 86th Street above this Italian deli called Ravioli Fair. It was like
I remember that.
Right. I lived above that with my mom. Yeah. Yep. And that place was owned by a guy named Pete Piacenti.
Interesting. I like the Pastosa. So there's a Pastosa by me in Cranford, New Jersey. And I love it. I go there to make it simple, to get the meatballs because it has the 3 meats. What is it? Veal, beef, and pork.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go there for that rather than buy it. It's kind of like prepackaged. When we make homemade sauce, we'll do it. We'll have it come over and make it with us because we do it every other year. So we're doing it again this year. But when I run out of sauce, I'll go there for get crushed tomatoes or tomato paste and mix it. So I go there for the good stuff, the fresh moods, the stuff that you're not going to get at ShopRite. Mark, I messaged you back. Just confirm that you got it. I would always respond to you in the most timeful manner. I got to stay true to myself. Fantastic. LeCat Cosinocha. Yes, Sandy is the boss. She's waiting for her minions to come in. As John say, Minsha Baga is how I think I say it. St. Dominic's a beautiful church. Where you're from. Hey, Andrew White, how are you? We're doing something a little different. Doing a little bit how to repair your reputation online, as well as some other stuff. Tom, I emailed you back 30 minutes ago. No worries, I'll hit you back. Yes, Rob is funny. Rob, Bay 8th, where you're from. I get it. I thought maybe Bay 8th might have went through Gravesend. It might have went through Bensonhurst. It may have touched some other areas. So
What, Bay 8? Nah, Bay 8 is only like 4 blocks, really.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Hung out with Method Man, Redman, many years ago. My nephew works out with Redman in Jersey.
Does he?
Yeah. Now, I have another Bensonhurst Wu-Tang Clan story. I'm 18 years old. What is that called? The cotillion?
What?
That on 18th Avenue, where you have all the Sweet 16s and all the different parties at. The cotillion, right? On 18th Avenue?
No. Shit, I'm trying to think. The cotillion?
I thought it was somebody really from Brooklyn. It was called the cotillion, no?
Let me check.
Oh, my God.
Let me ask my mom.
Somebody who's really from Brooklyn. I believe is a cotillion. I'm going to say 99%. John Gotti had a meeting there. He met all the captains, and that's where he officially became boss, supposedly.
The cotillion.
Yeah. Anyway,
I thought he became boss at Sammy's place.
No. I mean, what happened was he became boss, and they had another meeting with
Colonial Terrace. Is that what you're talking about?
Cotillion. Anyway, I'm 18 years old. I'm at the cotillion. It's like a hall for parties. I still think it's there by maybe another name. And this rap group shows up. Like, who is this? What's going on? These guys aren't that good. It sounded terrible. All Italian kids, but they were all into rap. And I hated it, to be honest with you. Turned out to be the Wu-Tang Clan.
Nice.
And I could have hung out with them because they were like not big. They were hanging out, like smoking, drinking. And yeah.
What's the cotillion?
18th Avenue.
Okay.
18th Avenue.
Yeah. All right. Where was it?
18th Avenue.
No, I'm talking to my mom. The cotillion terrace.
You're going to answer.
Yeah. She says it was a shithole. All right. Thanks, Ma. What? All right. Love you. All right. Love you. Bye.
We got to have your mom on. We'll with her.
Yeah. She'd love it, probably.
What's the verdict?
What? What? My mom?
No, 18th Avenue, right?
Yeah, the Cotillion Terrace. Yep. She said it was a shithole. So
I think I had it today. I probably called it the tail end of it if I remember. But yeah. But that's your time, brother. You're my age.
Yeah, but I got to be honest with you. When you are from Bay 8th, we didn't wander too far from that area. It was dangerous to do that.
What was the cross section on the street? Like if you're on Bay 8th, was it Bay 8th and 86th?
86th to Benson and then Benson to Bath. I lived on both blocks at different points.
Were you near Mona Lisa?
A little bit, yeah. But like I was like the middle of the block. 42 and 112 were the addresses on Bay 8. So that's like the middle of the block, kind of.
There was a Mona Lisa in New Jersey, in Metuchen, New Jersey. Didn't last.
Yeah, when I was a kid, the bakery there was Camerari's Bakery. That was right next to the Veterans Club.
Hey, cousin Paulie. We'll be on later. Just record my pod. We'll be on for a little bit. Biddy, if you want to jump on, you're welcome to jump on because you can probably speak to the subject. We're going to open up the subject a little bit. We'll wrap up what I was talking about. If anybody has any questions. Hey, Edward. Marky Mark's a good man. My cousin hung out across St. Dominic's Church. I'm from Queens. I seldom went to South Brooklyn.
St. Dominic's on 18th Avenue. I think it was on 18th Avenue, St. Dominic's.
Oh my God, mind someone else's business. This guy is one of the funniest guys in the game. Very, very witty commenter. Very happy that you're here. And I love your account, brother.
Who mind someone else's business?
He's very funny. You do not want to be the wrong end of his wrath. I will say that.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Hey, how are you, man? Everything's good. Yep.
So, Vinny, you can come on. Did I drop it?
No.
We're gonna.
Oh, you did drop it. Yeah.
Drop it again. Vinny's not as computer inclined.
The problem with Vinny is everybody wants a piece of him. He's doing like 8 shows a day. Everybody wants a piece of Vinny Bracco. So we got to see if we could get him for a few minutes.
I asked him when we do the next 4 horsemen. He says we have to wait in line.
Yeah.
It gets better. He put me in touch with his agent.
Did he? Oh, I knew that was coming.
Wow.
Yeah, he had a rough night last night.
He did like 5 shows, right?
Oh, forget it. Yep. He's the hardest working man. He's the hardest working guy in showbiz, let me tell you.
Hey, Michael. So I'm going to give a quick update for those that came late. You could watch on the replay. When you have something that's online, when you Google your name and you want to either suppress it or you want some strategy on how to handle it, I kind of went through it in details. If somebody posts kind of a quick question, I'll get back to it. But that's kind of the theme for tonight, your reputation, if you will. And we're going to open it up to the fellas. Hey, Vincenz, how are you?
Hey, how are you guys?
There he is.
How you doing?
Nice seeing you, Vinny. Hold on really quick. The catering hall on 18th Avenue. Bay, if you lost a point tonight.
Yes, that's fine. Because I don't want to be associated with that shithole anyway. So,
but you made up for it with the Cincinnati hat. I used to be a big Eric Davis fan.
Yeah.
Oh.
And when he hit 39 home runs, what happened after that?
Then he crapped out after that, right?
He missed 40-40 by 1 home run.
I remember that. What happened? He kind of died out.
I think he got injured.
Remember Rob Dibble?
Of course.
He threw like 100.
Yeah, the first Cincinnati hat I ever had was I got it in 1990, the year they won the World Series.
Oh, shit.
And someone was nice enough to get me a program from the World Series, a Cincinnati Reds program. I still have it.
Really?
Yep.
You know what I have? Go ahead.
John Franco, they traded him to the Mets right before they won it, too. You believe that?
Ooh. I don't think John Franco has a ring, right?
No. Nope.
One of the best Italian-American baseball players of all time, obviously along with Piazza. Wow. I have dirt from Yankee Stadium, right? I also went to the All-Star game at Yankee Stadium the last season. And what happened was they had these little cushions that we sat on. I saw like 3 of them. That game went 14 innings and is the only All-Star game in history where the 7-inning stretch was sung twice. And it was the last season of the old Yankee Stadium. And when I left to the last game at Yankee Stadium ever, I stole the Carvel sign off the wall, and I still have it in my garage.
Man, you've been doing – I didn't think you were a thief, but I got to make sure when I shake your hand, I got to check and see if I still have my
when I come over, I got sticky fingers. But I justified stealing that because everybody else was. It literally was like a melee. Yankee Stadium was the last game ever, and we were stealing stuff. So, Vincenz, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how are you?
Vinny, man.
Everything good, thanks. Yeah, it's my friend gave it to me.
Vinny, are you seeing all the women I got with the shaved head, and now you want to join in? Oh my God! See that?
No, you really did shave your head. I thought you were photoshopping because you put them on. You really did shave your head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
He must have got pissed off at someone.
No. It just
or lost a bet, maybe.
No, I used to do it, and I just thought I'd do it again.
You must have lost a bet.
No, I didn't. Actually, I had a bet to grow my hair for a year, and when the person let me out of it, then I shaved it again. How you guys doing? Everything good?
Good.
Doing well.
Good, yeah.
You want to hear something really stupid?
Sure. It's coming from you.
I have a full head of hair, but my hair thins out at times, especially in the front. So I used to do marketing for a plastic surgery that did hair, as well as my niece as a barbershop. So I'm like, if you shave your head completely and it grows back, will it grow back thicker and better? and they both were emphatically like, no, if anything, it may be worse.
Yeah. But you're into all that stuff. Butt implants, breast implants.
Yeah, right.
I got to get the, I don't want to say it, but the implant that, a man would get.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I want to disclose something. I have a client that sells male implants for the entire body. You can get implants for triceps, biceps, delts, pecs, abs. He doesn't do pee-pee. There's another company for that. He'll do balls, calves, delts. Guys get implants everywhere now. It's insane.
The Mohawk has a piece of that company, definitely.
The Mohawk has more implants than you can dream of. Hey, Joe, question. Did you have to reestablish yourself when you moved within those neighborhoods?
No. Because Bay A Street was a place that my grandparents lived. Like my grandmother and she was born on that street and died on that street.
Oh, wow.
So if I moved away, like when I moved to East 59th Street, obviously I had to make friends on that block. But when I went back to Bay A, I always had my same friends there. So it really wasn't too bad.
Got it.
I
got it. So it wasn't like a new world for you.
Not really. The only thing is when I lived on East 59th, it was all Jewish, basically. I was like one of the only Italian kids on the block.
Interesting.
But they were good people. They were cool kids. It's just they had like bagels with locks and shit like that, and they played with a dreidel and shit,
Cooler than that.
But we didn't, we played sports and everything. So that was cool.
Uh-oh, you guys ready?
Yeah.
So I did a poll. Hold on. I don't know how I could put a link below. I don't think I can.
I think when Tom reaches 10,000 subs, he should shave his head.
Ooh, I might have a little. All right,
what do you think, Vin?
Shave the beard, at the very least, the beard.
No, that's 100,000 subs.
No, I had this beard for.
Oh
shit! Hold on, I got an idea. We'll get to that in a second. Okay. So what do you think of the four? Let me share it. So I talked to Joe earlier. Joe charges me for his time, by the way.
Oh yeah, I could only give him like 5 minutes, but it is what my time is very valuable these days.
Especially now. And Vinny, by the way, I know I go through your agent now. I fully understand that. No worries. I will comply moving forward. So
you go through what?
I go through your agent now. I was telling Bay 8 that now that I deal with you, you're doing so many shows, I got to work through your agent.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys never. What are you, crazy?
So watch.
Vinny, every time I turn around, you're on doing a show.
No,
morning, noon, night. I'm like, damn, Vinny.
Keeps me going.
Love it. So really quick, guys. So I said, what do you think of the Four Horsemen segment? Option 1, love it. Keep it on the Armchair NBA channel, 55% based on 51 votes. 10%, love it. Make a dedicated channel for the Four Horsemen. And 35% not feeling the Four Horsemen, honestly.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So I look at stats. If it's 50% or higher on any one of them, you typically take action.
Yeah. The problem is my wife and her sister saw that. So they were 2 negative votes. Yeah, exactly. These guys, they think they could troll me and get me offended. You got to hear what my wife says about me every day.
Wait,
you
Vinny,
guys are very nice.
Vinny, you blocked Father Time?
No.
All right.
You got to forgive Vinny. He hits the wrong button every now and then.
Yeah, that would be probably the answer because I don't block anybody, honestly.
You know how to?
Not on StreamYard. I think the YouTube has the 3 dots near their name, or is it StreamYard.
You get
One or
blocked
the other.
from StreamYard,
Oh,
too.
and one other negative vote we got was from the Mohawk, because he doesn't fit into the whole four horsemen thing.
Yeah, true.
He's the fifth wheel, so
He's the fifth Beatle, Murray the K.
He was pretty pissed. So listen, Father Time's a friend.
I'm going to look into that because
And I'll show you how to unblock him just in case you did.
Yeah.
And,
I wouldn't do
he's a good
that.
dude. He's a good dude. Ken Griffey Jr. was the best hitter of all time. Joe Bay 8th showed up at my house for the first time, second time. He gave me a Ken Griffey Jr. upper deck rookie for free. He gave me
Wow.
I'm floored by that. It's not even about the money. The fact that I love Ken Griffey Jr.
Absolutely.
That the Yankees pissed off his father, that he vowed never to play for the Yankees, and I'm like scarred to this day that he never did.
And Vinny, I got something for you too, man.
Do you another old age joke?
No, I got a nice Jeter rookie for you.
Oh, I know.
Whoa! He gets a Jeter rookie. Oh, DJ.
By the way, I'll give you a great Griffey story. I was there near the dugout, and Ken Griffey Sr., very, very nice. And everyone was talking to him. Some leaning over. You know, I was probably in the upper deck, but went down when they're doing batting practice. And I asked him, he said, the kid would never, I said, wow, coming from you. He said the kid would never eat when he was younger. They had to force food down his throat.
Really?
Said he would never eat. Yeah. And he used to be around all the ball players. He told me a story because he was talking to my friend, the security guy who knew him, that, when Eric Davis hurt he punctured his lung, remember when he did that? Mm-hmm. Maud Schott made him pay for the flight to go for the second opinion.
Really?
He had to pay. She was the cheapest.
She was a racist,
owner.
though. She
cheapest
was
owner.
Racist. Yeah.
Maud Schott.
Maud Schott. Yeah, she left all the money to her dog, like Leona Helmsley.
Nuts.
Yeah, she was bad news, Marge Schott. She wouldn't be able to be an owner nowadays.
Hold on, Joe. We get mad if you give him the DJ rookie. If I trade with him, if he accepts the trade.
No, not once you guys get the cards, they're yours to do whatever you want.
I saw DJ out once in the city VIP. My buddy was like a promoter, so I didn't go up to him. I was out with like 10 girls and stuff at the time. He's a guy that always kept it clean. He's a guy that
Jeter,
a little bit of a ladies' man, and I don't know. A little bit of a ladies' man, but I don't know.
A little bit.
I'll keep it clean. Like I know one girl who was from Union, New Jersey, who actually went to his place, did her thing. You got to stay over.
He would always give like a gift bag to the women.
Yeah, it was like a parting gift.
Right.
Yeah,
I heard he gave some of them the clap, but it was another discussion. Allegedly.
You know what I don't like about him? First of all, he was too vanilla. He never said a word about anything. And you're the captain. He was always politically correct, like he was running for office. And two, he stuck up for Giambi, stuck up about the steroids. When it came to A-Rod, nothing. Now you're the captain of the team. I don't give a shit if you don't like A-Rod. He's your teammate. You're the captain. If you could stick up for Giambi, you could stick up for him because it's supposed to be about teammates. So after he did that, no use for him.
Yeah, A-Rod, though, he went at Jeter. He disrespected Jeter, and they were friends.
Well, maybe you're right.
He said that he was A-Rod was the best shortstop. Nomar Garcia-Parra was the youngest, and Jeter was the richest.
Well, I got to tell you, anytime that Jeter was playing, he was never the best shortstop.
Yeah,
there were always three shortstops better than him.
Yeah, but when it was October baseball, he was the best in the business, my friend.
But most of them didn't get to October. How would you know? But how would you know if they didn't get to October, the other guys?
Because that's the whole point.
Yeah.
His money was made in October.
Did he win any Golden Gloves? I don't think so, right?
Jeter, I think he won a couple.
Interesting.
Yeah. He didn't win it. Did you see what he did to Giambi when he flipped it to home plate and got Jeremy? Come on.
Great play.
And what about when he ran into the stands head first and broke his freaking head open?
What about the guy in the stand?
True.
Called him Mr. November when the game went past midnight and Jeter hit the winning.
And what about what Steinbrenner called Dave Winfield, Mr. April?
That's nice. So I got a question about the implants. They're both aesthetic and functional. Sometimes you could have like asymmetry, like you're born with like called Poland syndrome. So some's aesthetic, some's functional. Bay 8th went to Dagowitz?
No.
Just wait till the tail will fall out on its own before it 11K. How about this? I'll announce this tonight. Okay, to be honest with you, shaving my beard would be more of a bigger stretch for me. So watch.
It'd probably take about 15 years off of your look.
So right now we're at 8208 for the channel.
Man, you are climbing, bro.
We get to 10,000.
Dave Owitz, Rob Lito. Look at that.
By the end of the year, I will shave off the beard.
Wow.
Which I don't even remember. I don't remember when I didn't have one.
You were born with a beard, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob. We're waiting for Rob to come on the show. Rob, you should come on. I can't view community page on YouTube for some reason because I use an iPad.
Father Time has a good one.
Now, who is the
Mohawk?
Who is the friend that said that I blocked him? What, Father Time?
Father Time, yeah.
Because I honestly didn't.
You go to your community.
I'm going to go right now. This way I'm on with you because I never did, unless you know me.
Joe hates Vinny.
What? What'd you say?
Joe hates Vinny. Imagine like low key, just Joe does not like Vinny. That would be funny.
Yeah. Right?
No,
okay. So
let me tell you, I love Vinny.
Thank you.
See?
Yeah. Okay.
I cross my toes, but I can't.
Go to my channel.
Go to channel. Go to settings. Go to community.
My channel.
And then I'll tell you like who your wrenches are.
Settings.
And then also tells you who you blocked.
I don't even see my settings here.
I actually, when I took over the channel by myself, there was like 200 people that were blocked. I released them all. There's one guy I may block, and ironically, he comes from Vinny's channel.
You were like the Castro of YouTube. What now? So my channel or YouTube Studio?
YouTube Studio.
Oh, okay, Studio. Okay.
How about this? I'll show people how to do it real quick.
Settings. Okay, settings.
That's being transparent. You go here. You go to YouTube Studio. You go to customization. Oh no! Wait, no, not customization.
I don't see customization.
No, you go to setting. Go to setting.
Yeah.
You go to community. So here's the wrenches, the moderators. Oh, gotta remove that one. So I have Carlos, Father Time, my fiance, Reservoir Dog, Joe Karate. Here's the guys that are blocked, but these are some legacy ones. Why is Finn Freak blocked? What you stand is I'm gonna block him. Fuck it.
Put John Boyd's comment up there.
Okay. So I have nobody blocked. You guys see?
I have settings, and then what do I do after settings?
Settings community.
I don't have. Oh, I got it. Okay, community. Okay, moderators. Okay, approval list. Hidden users. Is that it?
Yes. Yes. Joe, you're getting roasted. We have one of your trolls live.
You know what, Gazoo72? Thank you.
Joe, I gotta give Joe credit because usually.
Oh, Father Time is on here. Okay.
Because usually what?
He's off.
Usually when you have your first troll, it's like pisses you off the most. But Joe took it in very good stride.
Because what am I gonna do?
Agreed. I agree.
Go hunt these people down? Come on.
Who else did you block? Let's get the tea. Who else did you block?
You really want them? I'll give them to you.
Bay 8th is one, of course.
Okay, Bay 8th. That's it. Well, you want to go from first to the most recent Bay 8th. Mrs. Davidson's anus.
Oh, that I would block. That's kind of weird.
Gotti, a real man. No dismergement on John Gotti, of course. Louis Javella. Buffalo Bill, which I don't remember blocking him, but
That's a little creepy, but that guy, but yeah.
I don't remember blocking him. Sarah Phillips, It's Me. New beginnings for the allegedly unemployed FBS. And Larry Barry.
Okay, not too bad.
No.
Who's your wrenches?
I just X'd out, but I'm going back in. My wrenches are. I have really some good moderators because no one bothers me. Maybe they're throwing everybody out. I don't know.
Well, I always get complaints about Carlos, but I love him. And here's my stance: if Carlos blocks you or deletes your comment, I gotta trust my guy. There's probably a reason. And then you know what? I'll give it some time and I'll put you back in. I try to be fair.
Okay, Tommy Agro, Yankees for Life, Lee Mionis, Shinebox, Carlos Munoz, and Teresa Murphy.
Nice.
Ooh.
It's a good mod group.
Yeah.
You didn't make Bay 8 the moderator?
When I get my channel, the first moderator I'm going to have is Gazoo72.
So wait, 80s cards are worthless?
Well, yes and no. Obviously, not the superstars, but they mass produced the cards from like 1985 to the mid 90s.
Mattingly Rookie is 84, so hopefully that's still worth something.
Mattingly Rookie is it depends. It all depends on condition with the cards too. That's the other thing.
What about when you gave me the Ken Griffey upper deck card? Was that trying to you telling me that you're the one who did the upper decker at the house?
No. It was me trying to move up on the horseman list.
Got it.
Because when we get those tattoos, you know, the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one.
Well, Mohawk's gonna be number 1.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be number 2.
Love it.
Is this worth anything, Joe? I have an autograph that says, "To the best YouTube channel host," signed Babe Ruth.
Wow.
Is that worth anything?
Yeah. Yep.
He said to give it to Tom though.
That's worth that's worth about how much the paper and the ink cost on that.
If Gianni Russo signed it.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Villa Bate is in Brooklyn. Is actually Calandra's in Bakery in Caldwell is excellent. Mind your own business. I don't know if you've been to the big Calandra's. They got a restaurant. They got the bakery. They have an espresso bar. It's fantastic.
If you come to Staten Island, you got to go to Alfonso's.
Oh, where's that?
Alfonso's Bakery on Victory Boulevard is where Monty Capoletti picked up his daughter's wedding cake.
Oh, wow.
With Joe Pesci when they, got high and crashed and yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They actually filmed coming out of it in the movie Easy Money. Yep.
So I posted on the story of the YouTube story, and I don't know if Rob Leto remembers this, but in 2005, Lawrence Ritchie was a Genovese acting captain, and they found him decomposing in the trunk the Huck Finn Diner in Union, New Jersey. I was there today.
Is that by you?
Yeah, very close.
Yeah.
Very
I
close.
wonder why they took him out.
Allegedly, he was either going to plea out, which the Genovese didn't wanted, or he was a suspected informant. I don't think they ever caught his killers.
Yeah. It's crazy how why would they put him in the trunk? Why wouldn't they just, because no body, no crime seems like the best thing nowadays.
Well, I was told by an older wise guy, a Sicilian guy, and again, Mr. Rob could help us. It all depends. So obviously, if you leave it, it's meant to have a message.
Send the message, exactly, right.
If it's disappeared, it's like a different ball game. And listen, the Genovese is consistent with operating in a better fashion,
Right.
had a reason for it,
It just seems with DNA and all that stuff, it's like, forget it.
But 2005 wasn't that long ago. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like forensics and stuff.
Yeah, right.
And they committed a hit. What was the last mob? What were the mob hits? And drop the links below. Any mob hits past 2000? So Lawrence Ritchie.
Yeah.
Mike
They got this one guy on Staten Island. Fuck, what was his name? He was a Toronto guy.
There was a hit on Staten Island, an Italian guy.
He was going to work.
But they said, oh,
they got him at the bus stop.
Panisi talked about that.
Yeah, he talked about that was like 2002, maybe.
Yeah.
Little Tony or some shit like that.
What did he do again?
He slapped someone, or like it was something with Joe Spirito's kid or some shit like that. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, Johnny Joe's kid. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was working. He was actually waiting for a bus.
Yes.
And they waylaid him at like 5, 6 in the morning. Yep.
I heard the son's super serious too. No? Not just the father.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. Secafico, that's it. Yep.
Yeah.
Anthony Secafico was his name. Yep.
Okay, so that's post 2000. You got Lawrence Ritchie. More recently got Meldish. I would shave my head to a mohawk for a week. I'll do that. That I'll do.
Anthony Zizzo in Chicago. Yep, they got him.
Nicholas Cirillo disappeared.
Yeah, that was a Genovese guy. I heard. I wish.
And they got the Randy Pizzolo. They got him in like 2004. That Vinny Gorgeous thing.
Yeah. Frank Logano, a Lucchese guy.
They got rid of him. Yeah, shit still happens, but it's very, I mean, it's, yeah.
What do you think? Like, so that's probably roughly 10, right? I heard in Philly, and if Jeff Nadeau's on, I know you're probably working out and stuff or doing stuff. But any guys that knows the Philly mob stuff, I heard there was like 6 disappearances that they wanted to attach to LCN. They couldn't, but they most likely were mob related, which lends me to believe there might have been more hits along the years past 2000 that had something to do with the mob that are just not identified.
Could be.
They're firing shots. We're not gonna.
That's fine. They could say anything, and you're embarrassing self by saying that.
Yeah,
it's okay.
We're gonna pass on discussing other people and shows. Joe the Boss Masseria was a beast bro, known for dodging bullets. On my occasion, Jeff Masseria was the real originator. Yeah, but he wasn't smart enough to pick up on the treachery. So he got killed first, and then they killed Maranzano, right?
Who?
Masseria got killed first by
no.
Maranzano.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Was that Gargiulo's?
Yeah. That was like 1931.
Gargiulo's is still around, right?
Yeah, Gargiulo's there.
How's it? No, Lexi, you know what? Carlos is like a hawk. I don't know if he was even here tonight. He's like a hawk. He got pretty good mods. I don't mind like a lot of just that Viking guy kind of annoys me a little bit. But,
Carlos is the top wrench in the game.
No, but you know actually what I don't like, believe it or not, and this is fully transparent.
Zatola. He's another one. He was recent, Zatola.
I don't know. Okay, we have a discussion on that. And let's see what Vinny says, and we'll text the Mohawk.
What's that?
I don't consider that a mob hit.
Which one?
Zatola, the son. The father killing the son.
Right. It was, but he was a mobster, though, but it wasn't really a mob hit.
Yeah, that's like a bank robbery from an inside employee. It's not a bank robbery.
Well, what's interesting is the father was with Vinny Gorgeous, and I was told by a Bonanno guy that wouldn't have happened if Vinny Gorgeous is out.
Oh, no way. Nope.
Oh, so John, be nice. So, no, believe it or not, where I get frustrated, I don't block. So first thing, I like in heart every single comment, no matter what they say. There's 2 reasons for it. Number 1, I believe in freedom of speech, even if it's against me, right?
Yeah.
And number 2, it's good for the algorithm, right? Because it shows more activity. So I get frustrated when people bring up the old show and we're like now 25 shows deep. It's like, all right, bro, we gotta like graduate. We gotta move on eventually. Like, don't be out of nowhere. Like, well, this is it. I'm like, show kind of is over, you know. Like, so that's one of the frustrating points. So if the trolls want to get under my skin, that's one of the things, you know, that bothered me. Rube loves Italian food. Good job, Rube. No trolling. Yeah. No, I actually like a lot of constructive criticism, and then on top of that, I constantly take polls and surveys. So like that's why I go for the large numbers, because you know a troll can't mess up if there's 300 votes. You know.
Yeah.
Sarah is a troll. Oops, did you unblock her?
Who?
Sarah.
I don't think she was blocked. Was she? Did I say it?
I mean. That's what you can do. F the trolls. Best mobster. Okay. Mobsters versus hoodlum. You go first, Spade.
I don't. Not hoodlum, so.
I got to tell you something. I don't know why, and I never was a big Christian Slater guy. For some reason, I really like Mobsters. I liked it a lot. It's like a terrible movie.
Yeah.
It's a terrible mob movie. But overall, it's a great movie. What do you guys think?
Hoodlum, that was with Larry Fishburne, right? He was in that one?
That was good.
Yeah.
I like Hoodlum.
It was okay.
Hoodlum was a very good movie.
Yeah, very good.
Was it Andy Garcia? Was like a Luciano?
I think so, yep. He was, yep. And who else was in it? Shit.
Well, obviously Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, shit.
I asked Vinny to turn me blue.
I have no idea what that means.
Cousin Paulie a wrench, please.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I just don't know how to do any of this crap.
Yeah, Carlos. Really quick. I was gonna say Carlos. Carlos is like the master wrenchinator, right? Timeout.
Wrenchinator.
Top wrench in the game.
I don't see Carlos like deleting anybody. So yeah, I believe you, Carlos. But even if you did, I got your back because I can ask for a better moderator. Yeah, 80 cards are not good. So I had a lot of 80s cards. I had the 1987 full set, 1985 full set, Mattingly rookie.
Which one?
The
Tops, Fleer, Tops. Okay.
I gotta be honest. To me, like, is there anything but Tops before 95 that matter?
Fleer and Donruss, yeah. The Donruss rookie.
Donruss started coming.
Donruss is the higher. The more expensive of the three.
What age better in terms of investment?
I didn't hear what the question was.
What age better? Like if I had a Donruss Ken Griffey versus, like, let's say a Topps Ken Griffey.
The upper deck is the top one.
Is it?
Yep.
I asked them how much it's worth because I didn't know. I Googled it and I had 1,000 different answers. Bay 8th refuses to tell me.
No, I told him it's conditional. Basically, the card is not graded. The card is raw. So,
got it.
You know, if you're going to sell it raw, you could get 50, 100 maybe, you know, based on the condition. But that
would be like
pretty good condition. What?
If it's like an 8.5, it could be like $500, no?
Could be, yep.
So, Vinny, I'd ask you a question. Tell me if this is weird. So, Babe comes over, great guy.
Mm-hmm.
He hands me the card, but he also handed me a 1099 form.
Well, that means it's worth something. That's okay.
What kind of cologne are wise guys wearing in New York City that includes the host?
Savage.
My fiance got me Chanel for men. It has to be.
What a non-wise guy is wearing is Polo Purple Label, Ralph Lauren. It's not Polo. I said Polo. Ralph Lauren Purple Label. But my favorite cologne is Polo, the green one, the original one.
Old school.
Yep.
I think Vinny likes English leather.
Oh, yeah. I actually have that.
No, Old Spice.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Canoe.
God, you really? What do you think? I'm just really like 70 and just saying that I'm 60?
What's that blue? My father used to put it in his hair. It was like blue.
Dippity-doo?
No, it was like a blue cylinder and it was white. And you would like
It's scary. I can't even admit things that I know now because you just make fun of me.
No.
I'm just joking.
No, you might know like when you were a kid. You might like. So my father, it was like not a Bro cream. It was blue, and it was circular, and it was white, and it was kind of like a pomade type thing you put in his hair. I don't know.
Gel? I don't know.
No, this is way gel didn't exist back then. Dolce Gabbana is a nice one.
Seems that Carlos is the connoisseur of colognes.
Carlos is my Frank. He's my Frank Nettie.
Love it.
Yep. Paul Sebastian, I got that. That's
yeah.
Paco Rabanne, yep.
Have you heard of Savage? Savage is pretty good.
Savage, is that I never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's very good. You remember the mid '80s, the big ones in the mid '80s? Alston Z and Drakkar. That were my two.
Drakkar I loved.
I actually have the Derek Jeter cologne. Most of my colognes are downstairs, but I have a couple up here. I got the Jeter.
You guys ever have that Paul Gartier? That little like
yes. Great flannel.
I got a cologne by Cartier called Pasha.
Okay, Vinny.
Yeah.
Vinny, I need you to what is that? Handicap.
Yeah, sure.
Over under on the number. Don't show any faces because I don't want him to give it away. Over under on the number of colognes Bay 8 owns.
$25.
Okay, hold on. Put your links below. Over under 25 colognes. Just put over or under. Hey, babe, no, don't give it away. Don't give it away.
No, I'm not.
So over under 25 different colognes. I'm going to say under. But let's let people jump in on that. Easy money was good. Pierre Cardin and Pina Silvestri.
Oh.
Antonino doesn't like your bakery recommendation in Staten Island.
Yeah, I know.
As a chef, would love for all of you to dedicate a show to food. We are, and we were thinking of having a meatball contest. How do you make your meatballs, Joe?
I told you, I don't cook. If I cooked, why would I get married?
I could see Vinny making a mean meatball. How do you make your
Well, I do it very delicately.
Okay.
Teresa Murphy, I'm just kidding.
I open the box. I take them out of the box. If it defrosts, it's defrost. Then I throw them in the microwave. I can't. Who's the one that said that he hates Vinny? I hope. If I have a hater, I've made it. I'm happy. What kind of cologne? Banano guy. Rob Leto. Banano guys like meatballs?
No, I'm way behind on the comments.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to look at some too. Oh, Invictus.
Oh, we're at the Secafito. He stole money.
Yeah. Could be.
I wouldn't talk about him. Maybe right. Oh, shit.
A lot of people are going under with the cologne.
Hold on. I don't say anything yet. Sandy says under 2.
They're doubting me.
Why would they doubt you?
Enzo the Baker. And that's right. That was Meldish, right? Because the Bananas beat him up for messing with, I think, Mikey DeNose's girl. And then he got back at him by shooting Enzo the Baker, which is interesting. He went in, obviously, to the hospital or whatever. So I guess when, the police showed up, they just treated it like a regular shooting. And he actually admitted that he was a made member. I just thought that was interesting. Anybody knows the Enzo the Baker story, can think elaborate a little below. I'm kind of semi-fascinated by that. Supposedly he does spaghetti westerns now on YouTube.
Could be.
I don't think he rolled, though. Rob Leto, did he roll? If you could just drop below.
Look at Detroit Siggy, man. He's a pretty fly guy, man.
I would love to do Frank Calabrese. I got to find a way to get in touch with him. Don't forget the killing at the Staten Island abandoned mansion in 05.
Oh, yeah, the Chrysler Mansion. Yep.
Was that OC?
Yes and no. I mean, the guys who were involved were connected, but they didn't really. It wasn't a mobster that was killed.
Got it.
Yeah, I actually have a Vince Camuto cologne called Terra, Terra. Very nice.
Not a mob hit. Okay.
45 or under. Come on, baby. You know me. 45.
Hold on. I got to get to it. God, I don't mean to skip over comments, guys. I'm that far behind. You're much better at that delusional whack job. I like it. Mind somebody else's business. When I first read that, I'm like mind your own business, and it says mind somebody else's business. I love it. Big pun. Love Big Pun.
Yep. Big Pun's the man.
Yeah, Magadino and Tadaras from Buffalo is interesting. They're on the rise again, which is really interesting. The Hitman all flipped. Interesting. You can't say anything without getting timed out. Good night. What's timed out mean? Blocked? I don't think we timed you out, brother. The kid with the Jordans couldn't shoot straight. Mob group kangaroos. Hoodlum group of criminals. Hold on. What is Raterase La Testa? Raterase La Testa. Well, the Testa's head. No.
Oh, look at that. Look at wifey. Salvatore Ferragamo.
There you go.
I know what I'm getting Tom for Christmas now.
There we go. It's going to bother me. Give me a second. Hold on. This is going to bother me.
Thank you, Carlos.
Can you spell that for me, Joe? R-A-S-S-E.
T-T-A-R-A-S-I.
A-R-A-S-I. Oh, tightening up. You're tightening up the head, probably cleaning yourself up. I didn't know that word. Interesting. Once Upon a Time in America. I got to watch that. Mobsters was terrible. Like, I don't know why. I liked it. We'd love to do a segment on the Westies. Hope it done sideways. Goodfellas, but Godfather, fairy tale-ish.
Hey, Yankees.
BK Skip. Blue Jeans is the shit, bro.
French Connection, Gene Hackman. I saw it a long time ago to watch that again. Tom Roth as Dutch Holtz in Hoodlum was excellent.
Oh, Joe, it's Sauvage by Dior. That's what it's called.
I think I have a few samples of that.
Yeah, they give them out a lot. Tom Ford. You ever have used Tom Ford?
No.
Outwood. That's okay, Tom.
Boss called the police and they said they were extending filming. Interesting. I
I don't really wear about maybe like 6 different colognes.
Ooh, Puzo or Scorsese? I know one's a screenwriter and one's an actor, director, but
Scorsese, body of work.
Yeah, I agree. You want to hear something funny? So Mario Puzo never wrote a screenplay. So he adopted the book to a screenplay. 5 years later, he wanted to get into screenplay writing, so he buys a book.
Mm-hmm.
And in the screenplay book, it says, "Oh, read The Godfather."
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never wrote a screenplay in his life.
That's amazing.
Bought a screenwriting book, and in the screenwriting book, it was the first line he read. First screenplay to check out is The Godfather.
That's incredible.
I'm going to catch up. There's my man, Serafino. Just jumped on. How are things? Missed the beginning. I'll put you on the big board and have my students watch with me. Maybe they'll hit and subscribe. Yes, get the word out, Serafino. Serafino is going to join the Horsemen for dinner one night. He's a local guy.
Mm.
From Elizabeth, great guy, teacher. If they're college kids, maybe I could come speak to them about what not to do in life. But for Serafino, we were doing in the beginning, it was all business, how to protect your reputation online. So I'll drop the it below afterwards, so people can learn about that. I thought that was an interesting topic. So why you have any wrenches? You don't need any. Just a moderation. A moderator is not about just blocking. Carlos can write something. It's not just about like blocking or hiding and deleting. It is about true moderation. So like, not that Carlos ever did it, but Carlos may, if he wants to write a comment, hey, get it going, or it's about it's like kind of being a traffic cop. So I don't have many. Carlos is a busy guy, so he's not always on if he's not available. But I don't have one or two. Fantastic job. I will tell the person they ban with this if they're first warning. That is true. I've seen that before. Trust no one. Market's about to get smashed hard. I actually agree with that. You guys agree?
What?
That the markets are about to tumble.
I don't see that happening.
There's a reason. There's two reasons why, I believe. But what does Vinny think?
I think it. I thought it was in for a correction. It was doing okay, and it went up. But I don't think it's going to do well.
Extra Hours was a great movie. I did not see that in movie. Oh my god, I got to see that. I think it's down for two reasons. Inflation is through the roof, or it's going to continue to go through the roof. And number two, the labor shortage is going to bite us in the ass.
Absolutely.
That is the NBA prediction today, that those two factors are going to F up the market.
My prediction, go buy gold.
Yeah.
Because generally speaking, it goes polar opposite if the market's
my prediction, go on eBay and go on Heather's Whimsical Treasures and buy up all those basketball, baseball cards and football cards.
There you go.
That's the best investment right now.
Vinny, you ever wear Brute?
A while back, yeah.
I have Brute. Who doesn't? What Italian doesn't wear Brute?
That's true.
He wears Midnight under the garbage can.
I saw that. I let it go. See, I'm getting plenty of trolls.
No, Rob's a good dude. I'll fill you in if I can.
That's okay.
You pick your feet in Poughkeepsie.
No, fish kill.
Cool water, absolutely. I'd be honored to. Cool water used to wear off though.
I have cool water.
He loves you. He loves you. Gucci's good.
High karate, David Cameron. Nice.
Cologne. Brought Elom. Yeah. Savage.
I have a lot of cologne because, I'm Italian. So, I got that natural garlic smell. You know what I mean? I got to cover that up. So.
Fahrenheit.
Yes.
I like Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Was good. John Paul Cartier. Yeah. Yeah.
Stetson.
Thank you.
Chaps.
Aramis.
Aramis.
Yeah.
Victor Rolf, gray flannel.
Gray flannel. I have gray flannel.
Axe. That body stuff is okay. That Axe.
Yeah. Also, what about that ballsy shit that Tom had? What was the name of that stuff?
I didn't see his cologne.
Like clean your balls and your
dick wipes or whatever it is. Dick wipe, DIQ wipes.
I'm telling you, that's gonna be. You're gonna become billionaires. We might
let me tell you.
And what you have to do for female snatch naps.
Yep, there you go. I like that one.
So Gazoo has 7 or under. Play Armor under. Father Time over. Nick over, Luti under, over.
Let me get my water. I'll be right back, guys.
Well, hurry up because I want to go over the over under. Get a consensus. A lot of unders. I have under, but don't say anything until Vinny comes back. How about Pinot Silvestri from Italy? Is that a wise guy? I don't know, but I think I heard the name before.
I really like Teresa Murphy. She seems like a cool chick, man.
Yeah. Okay, Vinny. Now you're the handicapper, and you were at 25, correct? Ooh, Arancini is tough to make. I'm not Sicilian. That's a tough one. And
Dirty Harry, man.
I never made rice balls ever. I don't think it's an up and on thing at all. Vinny made the meatballs and goes a pot.
Gazoo, you're a real ball breaker tonight, huh?
Vinny makes meatballs and then goes around apologizing for making the meatballs.
Yeah, wait a minute. I thought he was my troll. Now he's making fun of you, Vinny. Come on.
That's okay. You know what? You know why it's great? Because I did what I had to do, and this morning,
Pinot Silvestri Cologne. Yeah.
I've gotten 100 emails, so I guess he's the only one that didn't like the tour.
So meatballs, potato bread, egg, garlic, cheese, breadcrumbs. Oh, sorry, potato bread. Oh, potato bread, egg, garlic, cheese, breadcrumbs, very fine onions. My father used to put onions in them. Tin garlic. You know what? I'm taking a snapshot of this. There we go. Good. It's a good man right there.
Yeah, when I see potato, I think of Dan Quayle.
Anybody ever hear? I know some people put Ritz crackers or crackers in there instead of breadcrumbs.
Yeah, I've been called the cracker.
Ritz crackers are good anywhere. You can put them on anything.
Okay, so hold on. So Vinny, although you're the handicapper at 25, I say under. What says you? Over under 25 colognes?
What do I say?
Does he have over or under 25?
I'm thinking, honestly, probably has 13.
Okay.
That's a good number.
So,
and 7 or 8 that he doesn't wear anymore.
Okay. Over under 25, and what is the number?
What, under or over?
No, I'm talking to Joe.
Oh.
Joe, over under. Over under, and if so, what's the number?
I don't like doing this.
Why? It's all right. We got 50 of them.
Yeah, because the problem is, like I picked, I really didn't pick Jacksonville to win or lose. I just said they sucked, and look at what they did yesterday.
Oh, we're 1-on-1 on our bet. I got Chicago tonight.
Yes, you do.
And yeah. How many points am I getting?
6.5.
Interesting. So, Joe, what's the number, buddy?
I'm going with the over.
How was that as a number, huh?
What's the number? How many do you have?
20. I'm going to say 33 now.
Oh, what? Cologne?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you talked. Oh, look. Let me put it to you this way.
No, over under. What do you mean?
It's over.
Like Jason.
It's over.
It's over. Yeah.
How will be over?
It's over.
Oh, now let me ask you something. How many? Here's a good over and under now, Tom. How many do you have that you don't wear anymore? I'm going to say
he doesn't wear 90% of them.
I'm going to say 17 you don't wear that you have.
No, I wear about 6.
And how many don't you use?
Probably
that
like
you have?
50.
Really?
Good.
So you have Drakkar probably in that mix.
I have shit from freaking 15 years ago.
Really?
Seriously, 20 years ago. I got
believe it.
Escape. I got Obsession.
Oh, Escape.
I got everything. Yep.
Hey, Harry, is Enzo doing interviews? If you could drop a link, that'd be interesting. I knew it was in The Godfather. You got a lot of colognes, huh?
Yeah, I told you I got to cover up that smell.
What's your favorite?
Polo green.
What was your favorite before that? Like what of all time? If you had one cologne you had to wear, what would it be?
I'm gonna go with probably Escape.
That's a good choice.
Escape.
Good. I like Escape.
That's a goodie.
Favorites? Colognes go bad?
Not really.
Yeah, according to Carlos, they're interesting. That's interesting.
Maybe. I guess you got to keep them at a certain temperature.
Maybe.
You ever used to?
I have cologne from 15, 20 years ago.
You ever used to shave and then you put cologne on your face and it burns? You're like,
Yes.
You ever put cologne on your balls and it burns?
Exactly. What's the difference between cologne and aftershave?
Cologne's the actual oil, the perfume oil.
And it's denser and longer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Salvatore Ferragamo, you don't get that from me. That's not nice. That's your favorite. I say, like, here's what I like. Well, she got me Chanel.
Who's this troll, Jocelyn?
Yeah, she likes Tom. Something's wrong with her.
I wonder. You know what? You know when we get over 10,000, there may be like a Jocelyn troll too. Like meaning like she'll get her own, like her own. No, I don't want her to get her own troll. I'm saying somebody who acts as her, because the other part of trolling is they mimic somebody else, like it's somebody else's account.
Yep.
If you didn't time anyone. What's timing out? Oh, Father Time's a wrench too. Yeah, good guy.
You're gonna make me count the cologne I have now.
Hey Joe, how long have you been married? People want to guess. Hold on. Vinny, over under.
Over under.
How long Joe's been married?
Oh, I really don't know, so it's good. I'm gonna say oh boy. 21 and a half.
Okay, so you think he's married 21 and a half years?
Yeah.
He's only 45, right?
So people get married at 23.
And my wife is.
Oh, okay, 3 years. No, okay. Let's say
you're handicapped. You're not guessing. You're the
I'm trying to 7.5 years. 7.5 years.
Okay, over under 7.5 years.
Late 125 because I like to get the VIG.
Okay. Drop your links below. Is he over or under 7.5 years? 20 people case of Christopher Montesano based off of him. Dior Elixir is good too. Good evening, everybody. Bay 8 probably has about 60 bottles. I think you're right. Hey, Teresa. Babe, which Salvatore Ferragamo, for women or for men?
What, you're asking me?
No. Detroit Fuji's asking my fiance, who I think is watching. I hear with the baby, so she's maybe multitasking. Have a little applause for Sandy here. Sandy's here to collect the super chat. We got to buy her cat food. Tom, would you ever consider interviewing Stephanie Barry, Springfield, Mass, May Mob reported? Absolutely. If you can connect me or give me information, Lexi, Tom and Ethier, I would love it. You know where I want to get on, guys? Did you see that Netflix special about the Danbury Trashers?
No.
So they had a hockey team that was like nuts and the crazy shit. And it was owned by a waste management guy that was an associate with Genovese. You guys got to watch it.
Really?
It's like the most insane documentary you're going to see. Anybody watch a Danbury Trash or Another Story?
It's on now on Netflix?
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
The son was on a podcast that I watch. Love to get him on.
You know, it's a great show that I just started watching again, binge watching. I started from season 1 again. Godfather of Harlem.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of felt like it was a little
fake ass shit.
Well, it is fake. Gigante's daughter, he really didn't have a daughter like that or anything. But
what would Gigante do with them?
With what?
First of all, he didn't meet with anyone.
In the 60s, I don't know if maybe that went from 63 on. Maybe
he was in jail until 65.
So they had you there.
And when he came home, I'm sure he was on paper. So he was, but whatever.
Yeah. So it's.
I heard like that in the show. I heard them say, like, Fuck Gigante in it. And that's when I said, you know what? I can't watch this anymore. Because if you said that,
Yeah,
you were in deep trouble with that guy. You said his name, he wanted to kill you.
absolutely.
So that was with Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, he's a good actor. You
Yeah.
ever see the movie The Crying Game? Good movie.
No.
Great movie. Well, you were 5. It's a great movie.
He's got that lazy eye, Forrest.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
All right. So you say 7.5. You have over or under on that, Vinny?
I have over.
I have over. What say you do on the years?
12-us.
Ooh.
12.
I'm way off that line, boy.
So not only that, 12 years. How long does it feel, Joe?
Under and over on that, 300.
Exactly. Like everybody's like, oh, like sour face Joe. Yeah. I've been married for 12 years. It's been like 30 years in the box.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I mean. Guy puts Button Man in his brand and gives protection, reputation, ideas. The show has essentially rebranded, is over 20 deep. I've been talking a lot about how I'm going to start doing business stuff. And to be honest with you, I've gotten 100 messages this week that people are saying, get out of the muck. You can do the mob stuff still a little bit, report on good stuff, do your great interviews, have the 4 horsemen, but do business ideas. And today was the first one where I went all in the beginning on it. And by the way, either pay me $5K a month or listen to the aforementioned video. Your call, my friend.
I got that yesterday. I did My Friend the Artist today, Fred Wilford, which is tremendous. You should check him out.
Yeah.
I did Mental Illness last night and the night before Mental Illness. And when are you going to stop talking about the mob? Have you watched the last 3 shows?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think that a lot of people, Watchy Papers is good. I've read the book. A lot of people, I believe, want to hear the mob stuff, right? Or always they have a sexual appetite, like we all do, because we're all fans of the genre ourselves, right?
Right.
But I think that whoever strikes the balance of kind of expanding, what are you looking at? Expanding, like what? You're gonna go out of the mob genre? So she's judgy. Look at her.
I know what she's looking at with you. She can't believe you just said $5,000 a month.
And to be honest with you, I look
I'm
how
joking.
bad it is, and we look at how much work has to be done. 5,000 is
low.
The average. It's
That's
not
the low.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. And I'm not the, you're the guy with the sales experience and read letter books.
He's writing about silver really quick. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No problem. I think that it's American culture, the mob. We have glorified it for 50 years since The Godfather came out, and it is what everyone wants to be, a little bit of a Wyatt Earp, a tough guy. You got that terrible boss. You wish you could tell him, you're out tomorrow. I think we all have that little bit of wanting to defy and be a tough guy, Billy the Kid in us, and it lets us vicariously live through those characters where we can say, for that 2 hours, yeah, that's what I'd like to do to my boss. But then, okay, sir, I'll be in at 8 a.m. And I think that's what it does. It's a release. Like, this is a release for people. I think those movies are definitely a release. What do you think?
I agree, but also Rob Leto said he loves your show because you talk about sports and music today. I think you can't go wrong with music.
No, thank you, Rob.
Yes, Miyake. Good.
I appreciate it.
What do you think? What do you think, Joe?
Music? Yeah, I think. Yeah, definitely. You know what music I like. I'm the Oreo guy. But wait a minute, am I black on the outside? Like I'm trying to get or am I white on the outside, black on the inside?
Nas or Jay-Z?
Oh,
FJZ.
Yeah.
Nas.
One of Joss's favorite songs ever is the one where Nas roasts Jay-Z.
Ether.
Ether, yeah. So you want to hear something interesting? Some tea. Jay-Z led a group, which was Jay-Z, Fanatics, which is Michael Rubin, who owns a piece of the
Philadelphia Sixers,
a whole bunch of other stuff, and Barstool Sports together. They got X'd out of their online bid for online gambling license in New York. There will not be a Barstool app in New York. How crazy is that?
Really?
See, this is the kind of stuff I talk about. You want to talk friggin' business? How is there not a consortium of Italian businessmen that lobby friggin', Albany, who control the gambling rackets, who went legitimate 20 years ago, have hundreds of millions of dollars based on what they made, and now do it legitimately? I'm telling you, nobody wants to listen to me. I'm going to talk to Sandy the cat. She'll listen. But you know what's interesting? Last night's episode with Mugello, who was a gentleman, by the way, gave us 3.5 hours of his time. I didn't get into it enough how the mob should shift to Freemasonry. I've gotten like 20 private messages today. One guy of which is like, you know what, Tom? We need to start our own cabal of Italian-American businessmen that, though we're legitimate, are like maybe former street guys and guys from different varieties of life. I'm like, you may be onto something.
I think with the masonry, I think probably the average, I don't know, just intelligent level than your average. They don't have a lot of street people. And, you could tell your guy was very smart. And a lot of people in that area are working 9 to 5. They're not as much standing in social clubs, I think. And that intelligence goes on into the whole organization. Trickles.
Let me ask you both a question. Do any of you, and also people watching, are any involved with any Italian-American associations? And if so, what are they?
Knights of Columbus.
That's a good one.
Nothing.
I
would like to be, but it's these things are time consuming.
I was never big. It was never a big Unico guy. I always kind of felt they were like a little bit of an agenda. A good friend of mine was a former president of NIAF, National Italian American Federation or Foundation. And we used to have an account called No Columbus, was a Columbus-led organization. I admittedly am not as involved. There you go. I am not as involved with Italian American formal organizations as I should be, but I want to start.
I got an uncle who's part of the Rosebank Boys.
What's that?
That's like all these guys from older Italians from Rosebank section of Staten Island.
Oh, wow.
They got it. They got a social club. They got a social club off of Bay Street. And, but they're not like organized crime or anything. They're legitimate guys that hang out, play cards or whatever, Yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because if you look at, I can only speak from my own experience, and I think Serafino will agree, he's watching. The old timers had social clubs based off of either it was like where they were from in Italy, like that town,
right,
or it was like off of like a mutual interest, like soccer club or whatever. Some of the legitimate ones, right?
Juventus in Brooklyn is one of them.
So this is probably right up Vinny's alley. Can a legit social club survive with like the Sons of Italy type thing, like people like us, or you think it'd be dead in the water?
I think it could. I think you'd have to monthly dues. A lot. These guys that have social clubs, the people that hang out don't pay monthly dues.
Yeah.
You'd have to. Someone had asked. I got into Knights of Columbus 33 years ago when I wanted to play softball, and you had to be a member. So I joined, and I've been with them ever since. I don't do nearly as much as I should, but I try to make a meeting now and then and stuff. But because of COVID, you didn't have to. Now they have virtual meetings. Actually, the guy is letting you do virtuals, which is easier.
Yeah, but like I think we're onto something. Like somewhere where It's like an Italian American organization. It could be like, we got different chapters. And again, it's not like the stuffy, like Unico proper, like rah-rah Italian, but it's also not like pure gangsterism either. Something in the middle where guys like us can congregate, like-minded people, talk about, whatever, you keep politics, religion out of it. But the rest kind of like something like this, I think it would do well.
I think so. I think a lot of people would like to join. I think people like that unity thing, especially now. I think they do. I know the Knights are trying to. Someone said it's been for ages. I think they're trying to get younger people involved now in the Knights. It used to, you think of the Knights, you think of all older people sitting around. They're trying to get the youth involved now.
I wonder, Tom, you have any info on the licensing that's gonna like start up pretty soon, like with the marijuana in New York State?
I know in New Jersey, I can speak to New Jersey. It's approved, and each town has to vote on it. And if they vote on it, and approve it, they can do it. And then I think you have to grow it and have it the same place. And a buddy of mine is actually, if somebody can drop Enzo's link below on Facebook, I'd love to get him on. Anyway, I know the New Jersey landscape. A buddy of mine was able to secure like an LLC and like a certain charter for it, and then he had a relationship with the town, which I think he may get it. We need like $1 million on deck, liquid, to get it going. I mean, listen, trust me, we could find investors in a minute because it's a good space. But you need to be cash heavy on it. That I do know.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard it was like $150 in Cali to get started.
Yeah, no, in New Jersey, you need it liquid because you have to open up the dispensary. You have to follow a certain protocol. I think you have to grow and cultivate and dispense. There's a whole bunch of rules. That's why it's taking so long in order to get it going.
Yeah, that would be something I wouldn't mind getting involved in. Because I don't smoke anymore, so I had my shit with weed. The problem was when you smoke weed and you try to sell it, it's not really the best proposition.
Don't get high on your own supply.
Yeah, I have to thank my wife for getting me to stop.
Oh, you used to smoke a lot?
I used to have to smoke with a rubber latex glove on because when you're smoking out of a cigar, it gets
resin. Resin.
Yeah. So I borrowed her car once and I fucking dropped the fucking glove in the car and the glove fucking stunk. I had to blame it on her cousin.
Was it hard to stop?
What?
Was it hard for you to stop?
No, it was not.
Wow.
Because I just went from one drug to the next. So, that makes it easier when you do that.
How often did you smoke?
How often? Yeah. As much as I could.
Wake and bake.
Oh, my cousin used to have the pounds, so I just had a key to his house before work. I was smoke morning, noon, and night. And my dad smoked. That was another thing when I met my dad at 24.
Really?
The first weekend I was with them, we smoked a joint together. Yeah.
My opinion, but I hung out guys in Brooklyn in the 90s. They all smoked. Most of the Italian kids from Brooklyn in the 90s smoked. I would say more did than didn't.
It helped, man. I'm telling you, my old man could not function without it because if he didn't have it, he'd go crazy. Very, very high strung. It really brought him down. You know what I mean? And relaxed him more.
Would you do edibles as a compromise?
I did edibles. Yep. My cousin does the edibles. The problem with the edibles though is so a couple of years ago, my cousin was making like chocolate chip cookies. So it's like, I get like 6 cookies or whatever. It's hard to really know how much THC is in each cookie because there's no way to really like spread it out evenly. So like one cookie I ate, I was like, all right, let me eat this cookie, and me and my wife are gonna go out to a diner for dinner. I figured perfect. Man, I ate the fucking cookie and I was like paranoid. I couldn't even leave. I had to stay home. That's how fucked up I was. Yeah, off of it. Yep.
Vinny, imagine how like if you got even more paranoid if you did an edible. That would be for some good content.
Well, I'll tell you what I told you. I went to a dispensary. It's up near Butternut Ski Resort or whatever the hell it is in Massachusetts, like 2.5 hours from here. And I got this. I went with my friend I said, let me get some. I've had it before. And this chocolate bar like this. And it was mint chocolate. And they had the little squares, the perforated. Well, I ate one. The only problem is you get the munchies. And the munchies that I started eating were more of them.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. For 2 days, I couldn't function.
I was close to 300 pounds.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, babe, you were chunky?
Oh, forget it, man.
Oh, man.
How'd you lose the weight?
Stopped eating at night.
Wow.
Stopped eating at night.
My friend swears if you eat 8 hours during the day, during an 8-hour period, and you don't eat the other 16, just you pick that 8-hour period, whenever you get up, 8 hours, you'll lose weight.
I didn't even try to lose weight, and I lost 70, 80 pounds, and I didn't even try.
That's something.
And now I can't even eat. When we went out to eat, Vinny, I only ate half of a wrap. I can't even eat much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you came over twice. Both times I noticed you were like a bird.
I know. I don't eat much.
Well, would that be the munchies that you were because you're just eating constantly back then?
Oh,
when you had the.
If I smoked, I'd be fucking eat a whole box of Devil Dogs.
Oh well, that's why. That's why.
The Entenmann's chocolate fudge cake, you know what I mean? That was a classic. It didn't even come out of the box. I would just eat it right out of the box.
You know what? If you were super fat, you would look like Big Pun.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I got to be honest with you. Losing weight, though, it does help with the women. It helps with the women, but you know what helped me even more with the women?
What's that?
Was the moolah shmoolah.
That's it.
They know you got the money, you're good.
How did you meet your wife?
Okay, so this is an interesting story because, like, my father-in-law wants to kill his nephew. See, but, okay, let me ask you who you would blame this on, okay? So I'm in the hardware business, and my wife's cousin worked with me. And we became best friends. So my wife was away at college in Maryland in 2006. So my father-in-law goes to his nephew, my best friend, and says, hey, can you get Heather a job for the summer at the hardware store? So naturally I was, in management.
Yeah.
So I hired her. Who do you blame now? Do you blame my father-in-law or my best friend now / cousin? Who gets the blame for that?
Was it a father-in-law, no?
I would think so too.
Yeah, father-in-law.
Because, I joke that he hates me, my father-in-law, which he doesn't. But I'm like, who you want to kill your nephew, huh, for making that introduction?
So. You her boss?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. And what happened was...
good stories to tell.
No. You know why? Because I was a company man. I said, sweetie, if we're going to go out on a date, you're out of here. I don't need that headache. And sure enough.
Yeah, but I knew somebody who, I've got to tell you, I'll tell you later. I knew somebody who knew you. And they said you were a good boss.
Oh, no. Are you crazy? Forget it, man. I was the worst. I admit it. I was bad. I was good giving people money. Like, I always felt like people should get more money. And towards the end, I changed a lot. Because, like my thing is this, you have people working and, I'm making $100,000 a year. So I'm going to work 12 hours a day. I got to do all this stuff. But if someone's making $10, $12 an hour, is that their life? They slack, they do this, they do that. And I would get upset at people and I would understand, like, why are you not working hard? You should come in and you should work hard. And then I started thinking, well, you know what? These people, they're really, going through regular, everyday shit in their lives. You know what I mean? So sometimes they come in, they have issues or whatever,
Wait,
and I started changing.
Hold on, I got to do some math and not to blow up your spot, but she married you when she was 20, right?
No, she married me when she was like 21. Yeah,
Okay.
21.
Oh my, Vinny.
Yeah, no, it's a big difference.
Wait, did you hear that? I know you're not paying attention, Vinny, but
I heard it.
Did you marry him at 20?
21?
Like, hell no. She
No.
was 40, bro.
No.
What the fuck she was thinking?
I met her at 19. And that was another thing.
Did she
because I was older.
Did she finish her degree?
Yes. That was so basically what happened was summer of 2006 she was home and then she decided or she made up an excuse and said, "Oh, I don't want to go back to Maryland. I don't like it there anymore." But realistically, she stayed for me.
Yeah.
And she transferred to St. John's.
Interesting.
Yeah, my wife is she's very smart. Writes books and novels and does all types of shit.
It's pretty smart.
Well, yeah. It sucks for me because I'm illiterate basically. So if I'm typing something, if I text her, you know what I mean? She's always like correcting me, like, "No, you do this, do that." What's the difference between your and YOU/RE? What's the difference between those two? It's
a lot of people have a problem with those, though.
Yeah, I'm good with numbers. That's about it.
Pretty good.
Yep. And I know out of the horsemen, I am number 1.
There you go. Well, we're going to stay for a few more minutes before we wrap up. We are at, oh, crap. I lost a few subs. It's 8203. So I got over 8200, which I was really happy about.
Oh, there you go.
And I got to 8206, but we lost three of them. So we need everyone to share, like, subscribe, get the word out there. If I get, Johnson's not going to like this. Sandy will, though. We get to 10,000 before the end of the year. I shave. And
yes,
we do a mohawk.
And we're not letting you. We want to know how you met your wife, Tom. That's interesting.
We met out, and then she started working for me, similar to you. And then we got to know each other, and the rest is history.
See, the work relationships are the best,
That and Sandy was partially involved.
Yep.
So Vinny,
yeah.
So Vinny, I have the what's line 6.5?
Yes.
Who do you have tonight?
Pittsburgh's up 7-0 in the first, with 4:41 left. Who do I have tonight? I played Pittsburgh.
And you gave 6.5?
Late 6. I played them yesterday. The line went to 7.
Oh, the game started?
Yeah, it's 7-0 Pitt.
Oh, so you're winning right now, technically.
Yeah,
I got a question. When you gamble, when you bet, and you have line A, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it shifts. You get what you betted on, or it shifts?
No, where you put the bet in at.
Right.
Like a lot of pros put the bet in on. If you like the favorite, I try to bet early if I like the favorite because I think the line's going to go up. I'm not always right. Sometimes I'm wrong, obviously. But no, whatever you put the bet in. If you call me, give me Pittsburgh -6.5, and tomorrow it's 8 when they play the game, you have the 6.5.
But are there guys that are like sharps or whatever you call them that wait for the first line to come out? And wait for the handicapper to bet, like to mess up and then take advantage of that.
Well, that's what the sharps do. The sharps, they pound the early line, and that's when they know they're off. the line makers. What they do is they have a few professional gamblers. Billy Walters, one of them, and they'll allow them to bet maybe 5 dimes into the game on Sunday night, and they'll see if 4 professional gamblers that you let bet all pound the same game, your line is off. So what you'll do then is adjust it. If I come out with a 6.5 on a Sunday night and 4 of the most respected guys in Vegas pound it out for the max, I'm too low if they're betting the favorite,
Mind someone else's business. I met my ex-wife when I was in Florida. They tried to harpoon her. I saved her.
God.
I hope she's not listening.
My wife private chefing at the Masters in Augustus.
Nice.
That's fun. Vinny, how'd you meet your wife?
I was bouncing at a club, and she came in with a few friends, and I was hungover. I wasn't supposed to work that night. My friend called me, said, "Listen, you got to get in here." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because the boss is coming in. Sometimes they understaff and pocket the money." So I go, and she's with a birthday party, 5 people, and they knock over a glass. So I call the guy, "Can you please take care of this?" They do it again 2 minutes. I said, "Guys, listen, I'm going to throw you all out. I'm not in the mood for this tonight." And they kind of looked at me. One of the guys I knew from 18th Avenue, I would say hi to him. I didn't know who he was or anything, but he remembered me. And he said, "Hey, that girl likes you." Because I said, "Hey," he said, "How you doing?" And I said, "Well, I can't." The boss was strict. Someone had a big fight on the dance floor a couple of weeks before, and because of a bouncer who was talking to a girl, guy got hit. So we had to really watch the dance floor. I said, "I can't talk to anybody now. I get a break in about 15. I'll meet her downstairs where the coat check is." And that was it.
Interesting. 30 years, right?
It was 31.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I'm old, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you're almost old enough to be my dad.
All right, so we need a little bit of a prediction.
Yeah, you're right.
So we started off with a business topic, the little mob genre, and a little bit of the 3 horsemen chatting, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to upload the video. I'm going to keep it on. Will the business stuff fail miserably, or will it do okay, or you think it'll do well? Be honest.
I say 50-50.
Okay?
I don't think it's going to do that well initially.
When I joined, it went down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know.
But I think that it's setting a foundation to bigger and better things down the line.
Well, I was thinking about this. Joe and I were talking earlier, and I think Vinny will agree. If you look at the mob genre, the most successful channels, right, are the first-hand guys, right? Sammy, Francis. I know he actually called me earlier today, Johnny Elite. Got to call him back.
No.
I was with the baby, and I got to call him back.
Look at you.
Well, just I'm being honest. I had to call him back.
My personal wrench is up there.
There you go. And then who else? You have, obviously you have John Panisi now. Then you have, Jimmy Calandra has really good numbers. So you have like the first-hand guys, right? And then you look at the secondary or the analysts. I guess respectfully, guys like us, right? And I think we probably have one of the bigger second-party channels. But there's not any second-party channels that have huge numbers, right? So that's why we talk. That's why I kind of want to do the business stuff too, because that's my lane. And I still want to do I want to do like value entertainment, right? You know how we'll do like a mob guy, but then a high-level business guy. That's what I see for the channel. And then I'd like for the 4 horsemen to have its own channel. Let's see the community results. Let's update that. Let me see.
The problem is, if I get my own channel, I'm going to have to go on at like 5 a.m. to avoid a conflict with Vinny, because he's on from like 6 a.m. to like 4 a.m. in the morning.
I was on once today. Once today for 45 or 50 minutes with an artist.
And let me tell you, what happened? Where were you? Were you at a birthday party?
No, Yeah, I'm in the bathroom at a birthday party with a link up.
I know. I should have went on from my dentist chair.
So here's what he's gonna watch really quick. So this is interesting. Okay. Oops. Hold on. Let me share the screen.
Now, John Boyd, how he's getting his pound of flesh.
Yeah, man.
Another
John
guy I
Boyd.
wish I met in the street. What? I'm looking over here because I can see the comments. I can't see them on here.
All right, really quick. Well, go ahead, Vinny, and then I'll start.
No, I'm done.
All right. So 45% is keep it part of the armchair. 10% is his own channel. 44% not feeling it. Wow. Okay, now this is interesting. I voted not feeling it, but you shouldn't count that vote. I'm not the normal guy from the genre. I like pretty much the first-hand stories, what we talked about. So rat status means little to me, or episode with specific themes. I like the ones with Benita. That was on my other channel. Scott Bernstein, which I'll hopefully get back on. And the one that was saying why people get into crime. I can't remember his name. That was with Dr. Rossi. He was a psychologist. Let me ask you this. So I actually, believe it or not, I found the opposite result. So you see the live we're on tonight, right? I would say 80% of the people that are in the chat right now, right,
Mm-hmm.
were not watching the other show. I picked up a whole crew of people, and I've gotten private messages, I got public messages, and it wasn't a knock on me. It's just, you know what, they just, and I'm not even necessarily specifically about John. It was against their moral constitution that they didn't want to support somebody that was an informant. So believe it or not, not only did the channel pick up subs after the initial fall off, but the group of folks, which are great guys and gals, were all new to the channel. So like we're doing a live now. The live looks categorically different than it did 3 months ago. Totally different. I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but if you want to drop a little new below, you could say, hey, you know, I know you're new because I know who the people that were in the chat, as I have an ass in my face. That shows you they like you. When they put their ass in your face, it means they like you.
Yeah, but the people that are listening in the chats, they're all good people. So that's, positive enough reinforcement for me to keep going anyway, because, they're good people and we get support from them. And hopefully in the future we could change some people's minds. But right now we just got to keep plugging along.
Let me ask you both a question, and also to the group below. So you're in media, right? Like general media. So forget the mob genre, right? It was normal for me to interview other creators like Lee Cole, like FBS, like iLight, even Johnny A-Light, to get his opinion on what happened to Sun. So that's like normal, right? I always say like Lara Trump would go on CNN, right? It's just what you do. You can't ignore half the population, right? So to me, I believe that's my lane. I like to sit with people. I like to talk with people. And I think I get a good story out of them versus maybe other interviewers, right? But what a lot of people didn't get was I got really beat up on. If you were against somebody, your platform. Jordan Peterson says it. You can observe somebody, you can talk with them, you can even interview them, but it doesn't mean you're platforming them. There's a big difference. Did I make a mistake by doing a round of the creators in the mob genre where I got really beat up? Or do you guys agree with how I went about interviewing the different creators? You go first, Joe. Be honest.
Well, the thing is, basically, the way it is right now with all this BS, I would say it wouldn't have been a good thing.
Got it.
But at the point you did it, I mean, your intentions are always good. And I mean, So you really can't. You could second guess yourself, but you drive yourself crazy.
Let me ask you a question though. Like I'm talking about in terms of I was really fascinated by Lee Colt. Being honest with you, I was really fascinated by FBS. I was really fascinated by Magelio, right? And I'll tell you why. I don't believe any of the three have a media background. I know they beat each other up, some of the guys that are in the genre, but I was really interested and genuinely interested in their stories. And I think that showed in the interviews.
Right.
I don't know, so I in terms of views, it did well. I picked up some subs from it, which is pretty cool. I respectful. I stand by. I don't think it was an erroneous mistake. Like, oh my God, I ruined the channel. But at the same token, I think I took a lot of heat. But I had people message me, hey, you know what? I don't like so-and-so, but I'll give them a chance now. Or I like so-and-so. I found it interesting, but I still don't like them, So I like to debate, I like to, I is a very strong creator. I didn't go enough into his channel. I regret that, even though it was a 3.5 hour interview. I really wish I went more into his content. I put a link under the description yesterday. So please check out iLight and subscribe to Sean. Hey, Tommy. How are you, buddy?
What's up, Tommy? He's a good guy, too, man. I like having him on the show.
Absolutely.
He's a great guy. And he'll be back on. He's kind of like the honorary fifth horseman. He's a Jersey guy. So, Tommy, when the horsemen are in town, I'll let you know. Mind somebody else's business. I'm sure he'll be happy you got away from that wackadoo. He's not shy. Tom is doing it the right way. The soap opera drama is tiring. Yeah, we got away from it quick. I know we dabbled in that pool, but we're getting away from it. Shout out to Magelio, Freemason brother. I like the look, Vincenzo. Jordan Peterson couldn't kick the sacks. Yeah, that's another thing. Jordan Peterson doesn't own a doghouse. Yeah, Jordan Peterson tends to be a little bit of polarizing. I like him. I like him. What kind of fragrance does that local good bar wear these days? Tom, the derogatory language, that show is awesome. Yeah, I know. So I'm revisiting editing it, Vinny. I'm gonna probably get it edited. So I did get a lot of grief, yeah. Thank you, baby. You want to come say hello? She's
yeah, definitely. Come say hi.
Well, she's got school right now.
Oh.
And she's with the baby.
Oh, okay.
And I'm basically sandbagging her by being on, but
yeah, it's true.
But we got to do something nice for Jocelyn the next Horseman night out. I watch everybody, but I can't compare to OC Shorts as a scholar. I read 50 books and can still learn. I love James. I'm dying to get James on the show. He kind of said he may do it eventually. I'd love to get him on.
James is great, man.
Yeah, you're right. Gunsmoke would be interesting. Gunsmoke's a newer friend for me. I like him a lot. I'd be interested to hear his background. MRE, as I understand, doesn't do interviews, but I actually came up with an interesting subject that I think he would crush. That's tangential to the mob genre. So I will message MRE and I will happily extend him, but I don't think he watches my show, to be honest. I don't think he does. But I would be more than happy.
I like the MMA fighter guy, Damian Trites. I think that would be a good interview. I mean, he's a professional fighter. Yeah, so I'm sure he's got some great stories.
You got a big project cooking. So generally when you do media, you kind of like either have something going on you want to promote, or you do it to stay relevant and out there. He's got something really big cooking. So I'm going to hold off until it releases. I don't want to have him on day one and then he releases a big project. So when his project releases, it's going to be a good one. We'll have him on with the Four Horsemen. One thing I love is there were some people that didn't like the old show, but were in contact with me directly. And I kind of built a little bit of a friendship with some people. And they were upfront, hey, I'm not going to watch your show, but I like your style. and he was one of them that Damien and I were friendly even before Armchair started. So he's a good dude. Tony Pizza 101 without the noise. I would be interested in that. I just I don't know. I got to think about that one a little bit. Not that I'm taking sides or anything, but I'm trying to weigh up the pros and cons on that. So we'll see. Never know.
Yeah, and Walter Sobchak, I want to give a shout out to him, man. He did something very nice for me a few days ago.
Yeah. Interested in fishing for subs. What does that mean? Interested in fishing for subs. I really don't know what that means, to be honest with you. The dude is a very good mob creator. I did do a full interview with him a few shows back. That did particularly well, believe it or not. Average watch time was high. That was good. And then he came on after one of the Four Horsemen. I see him as a recurring guest. I'm pretty confident that. Sugats, how are you?
Yeah, subs are good if you're looking to make money and whatnot. But if you're looking to just have relationships with people, I like this format better. We get to speak to the people.
My only thing, and that's why I did the format. I'm being brutally honest. I'd like to do like this to break it up, and then really good interviews and the occasional monologue. I do very rare monologues. No, I don't even want to hear myself by myself for more than a minute. I just want to see how the numbers are. You guys know the numbers given. So I'm gonna go back and see like before Four Horsemen, and then content without. And if no matter what, we're doing it. But the question is, do we do it? How long do we do it until it has its own channel? And because eventually, I think it could sustain its own channel. To be honest,
yeah.
If Jason ever comes on, I'll repair your reputation online. Pray to your dead grandparent. Let the house shake. God, that's not nice. You're gonna be nice today. People should leave him alone. He's one of the genuine guys out there. He was more people than all of you.
No one's bothering me though.
What's that?
That no one's bothering me. Thank you for that comment. But no one's really bothering me.
Nobody.
I'm gonna give Vinny credit, even though I don't like to. He appeared to be overly apologetic and maybe too much. But I got a feeling Vinny gets over things quickly too.
Very quickly.
Like he's kind of over Joe right now.
Not as long as he keeps seeing my ugly mug on this screen. It's a reminder. It's got to take the glasses off.
No, but really, all joking aside, like I've dealt with Vinny, and he was, he had that little thing, and even myself, and again, I feel even bad. Like my fiance is like, you better apologize, Vinny. Now you're rude to him, and I apologize.
Well, there is the thing, Tom.
Yeah.
When you overboarded me with apologies, I overboarded people as people think I did for hearing that a wife got trained, that a wife. So if you over apologize for what you did, which was absolutely nothing to me, why did I over apologize to people's wives and to think that I was on board with that stuff? Right. Yeah. So you have to look at the gravity of it. And the severity of it. And I just, it's funny. Someone told me, oh, it looks like you ran into a corner and hid because you didn't want involvement. My answer was, well, if you go to a party and you're all with all your friends and you're all having a great time and someone takes out a gun and someone starts shooting up the room and someone starts shooting up their arms, if you run out of there and say, I'm not part of this, are you a chicken or you were an adult? The difference was I was an adult the last 4 days. The trolls can't take it.
Yeah,
because the trolls aren't adults.
We moved as a group on that whole issue.
Right.
So it wasn't, Vinny's intentions might have been a little different. But if we're moving as a unit, I said, hey, Vinny, you know what I mean? Just forget about it. Then Tom got in, as long as we run it by committee.
Yeah.
It was the right thing.
Alignment with business is critical, right? MRE, since you departed with JP, is not what MRE since you departed. Yeah, maybe because MRE probably used the old footage to, either roast him or learn, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't think he watches, but if he does, he's welcome to it. I would be interested to have him on. I know he doesn't do interviews, but I haven't. Let me ask you this. So a good friend of mine went to Rome, and he studied Roman history. And I don't know. Have you ever seen MRE do his Roman stuff?
Yeah.
A plus. Father Tom could back me up. A plus. A plus. I'm talking I love Roman history. I think it was a foundation of all Western civilization in terms of culture, history, eventually music. And the MRE does a really nice presentation on Roman civilization. He knows the emperors in and out like this back of his hand. So I was thinking of having him on and my buddy, and I don't know if Emery would accept, and talking about how the mob structured itself based off the Roman legions, but go deeper on the Roman side of things, and then tease out not just simple, well, the captain's a captain. No, what did a legionnaire do? What did Capodecimo do in the Roman army? How is that similar to a mob boss capo here? And just kind of unpack that. Me, I would be obsessed. I would watch that show myself. I
gotta tune into MRE. I've never really
talented guy.
Yeah, he's interesting. He's very funny.
Yeah, that's cool.
Code of the streets. True or not, real street guys can smell BS from a mile away. That's probably true. If you're a snitch, you should be humble.
Good point, John. Yeah.
You were a great show. I'm sure Michael Richards also knows Kramer, Seinfeld, be great guest. I doubt he would do my show, but he needs a little rep repair. I'll leave it at that. The whole comment was talking about you going on the creator shows. Oh, hold on. Was that good that I went on the other creator shows, or was it not good? You gotta forgive me. It's too hard to go back. 13-0. You're gonna win. Oh man. MRE smart. Do any of you guys watch Sunny Money? I know very little about this kid.
I have a while back, a month and a half ago when he was more out. I don't really see him really much anymore. But yeah, I watched him a bit.
You should have him on your show. That'd be a really interesting dichotomy. Vinny Bracco and Sunny Money.
I would have him on my show. I would.
Who is Sunny Money? He's involved in all the
young guy. I think he's about 22 maybe. And he knows John Alite and he knows a bunch of that side, people that aren't in this little group, the other group. And he seems like an intelligent kid. I actually, it's a good idea, Tom. I never thought about it. Maybe I'll reach out to him and see what he's about.
I don't mean to laugh. Guy writes, Vinny, I apologize.
That's okay.
I think you should reach out, and I think that would be a good show.
I think it would be.
Yeah, you should interview and let us come on.
Well, we could do it on the Four Horsemen.
Agreed. And then You Are a Good Man. Oh, the Four Horsemen is going to be a segment also on Vinny's because we want to get him to 1,000 subs. So please subscribe to Vinny's channel. He's at what are you at now, Vin?
Thank you, Nelson. Yeah, I picked up a few, about 680 maybe.
Nice.
I picked up
680.
Picked up a couple, yeah.
Thank
you, Nelson. I know you have. Thank you, Nelson. I really, and all of you guys that have been with me, Teresa, and all of you, Walter and Father Time, everybody. You guys are great. And when you joke around and troll, I don't consider. Listen, this is you don't have to have a license to say. Thank God in America. Well, at least they tried to do it, but we can still speak our minds. And as Tom eloquently says, he'll always protect someone's right to say what they want, as long as they're not destroying you in a manner which is disgusting and against social norms, And I know YouTube people can really hide, their bodyguards, their detail is the computer, their detail, because they don't have to see you. So you can say things that you wouldn't normally say. But you know what? I think for the most part, I joke around with John. I think John's fine. I think John has every right to have his opinion. I think we all do. And if someone doesn't like me, I'm sorry. I'm not going to go out of my way to make you change your mind. But I hope down the line, you would see some things in me that you would say, oh, he's not exactly what I thought he was. Maybe he's okay. You don't have to love me, but the only thing I ask for is a fair chance because I feel I give the trolls a fair chance.
Yeah.
So that's all I care about is if I'm giving you a fair chance and you're ripping me and I'm not saying throw him out, then at least give me a fair chance. And if you don't like me at the end of the day, you can still come on and watch and throw your stuff up there. I don't care. If it's entertainment for you, I am doing some kind of job if you're staying with me. So that's all I say.
Well, I want to bring up Coach Train. Thanks, Coach Train, for the comment. I'm telling you, like I've done a lot of interviews, right? Just on podcasting alone, I'm probably in the 450-ish range right now of interviews, right? And there's certain interviews you do, and you're like, you're not sure if the audience is going to get it or not get it in a bad way, meaning the audience may not receive it well, or they might not give it a chance, or whatever that is. And Magelio, I'm telling you, I might rewatch it again, all 3.5 hours. The guy's a sharp dude, and there's a lot to it. And I got a private message, and I'll be transparent about it. Like, well, why'd you have that guy on? He was a nobody. He was this. He was that. And I said, actually, I shot back because I'm big on freedom of speech, and I just like salute and thank you for your opinion. I wrote back to the guy, and I said, listen, let me ask you a question. If he rolled, right, and if he ratted, and he was a so-and-so associate, he would have been super well known, right? But the guy decided to take whatever years on the chin, decided to stand up, will not talk about current guys, might even be boring at times versus other people because he's not naming names. I respect that, and I think most of us respect that. So that's why I thought it was such a strong interview. He was able to give information without giving too much up, So that's why I have a great deal of respect for him. And I told him we're going to come visit him in the Bronx. I think Steven Gennaro is in the Bronx. So we have so many people we got to see.
We have a lot to do.
We're going to be busy this year, the rest of the year.
Well, I'm excited. So the guy that started a restaurant, any of the Brooklyn guys, called Paulie G's and Paulie G Pizzeria, Slice Shop. He was an Italian guy who worked in corporate, kind of like had no direction in life. He just like whatever. Not that he was like a no direction, but just he was like a guy that wanted to start over. He wanted a second act in life, right? He wanted to be close to his sons. He wanted to be more present. So he decided to actually go into restaurant business with them, and he started a restaurant at the age of 56. And now he's absolutely crushing it. Paulie G's takes 2 hours of wait to get in. His slice shop is busy. He's got one in New Orleans. The guy is just a class act because what happened was a restaurant by me, a pizzeria that I go to that I'm friendly with, he goes, oh, my buddy Paulie watches your show. And he sent me, he was on Today, Good Morning America, Today, all these like major shows, Insider. And the guy texts me and we're talking and the guy's a gem. I'm really excited about that one. Really excited. You guys are going to like him.
For those of you who don't think Tom's the real deal, I could give you, well, I know you think he is, but just in case there's one or two that don't, this is how transparent he is. He had told me originally he was on the fence about interviewing me because I didn't have a big channel. And generally speaking, you like to hook up with someone who could elevate you, right? You play basketball with a 15-year-old if you're 25, unless the 15-year-old is great and going to the NBA, you're not going to get better. You have to elevate your game by playing with people that are better than you. So that's the same in sales. You have to elevate by putting yourself in the sandbox that will, elicit that behavior where you raise yourself. And he said, I didn't know if you were interesting enough. And the funny thing is, he's saying that to me, who was his friend. So obviously, if he'll say that to me, he'll be transparent with you. And that's the key. And that's what I try to do on my show. That's what Joe, because I know down the line he'll have a show. That will be his show. And he's looking for his niche. And Tom. And all we can give you, people, is honesty. And if you don't want that, you have Netflix and Hulu and all the novels to read that you want. But we just try to keep it real and keep you guys involved. You can't talk to the television. I doubt if, whatever show you're watching, if Tom Selleck's going to talk to you back through the TV on Blue Bloods. We answer you and try to answer as much as we can, get back to emails and stuff like that. So you guys are our show. If we'd be talking to ourselves if it weren't for you people. So you know how important you are. You're part of the show. You are the show, basically.
Yeah.
Yep. Well said.
Agreed. Just go into the comments. Ball breakers are okay. I agree, and trolls are not acceptable. I agree.
Yeah.
Vinny's a great guy. Getting some good compliments. Well, believe it or not, there's a lot of people. Yes, I will get off. I told my fiance 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
We'll get off soon. But no, so there's a lot of people that they don't see. Like, there's a lot of people that approach me coming on the show, and I respectfully decline in a lot of cases. And you only see what obviously we show and what I show, and there's a lot of people that didn't have on. And I'm gonna get back to interviewing hardcore. I got a funnel of people that I'm gonna reach out to. Some people that actually reached out a while ago that makes sense. Anyway, you don't want to talk about current guys. Hell yeah, Ralph, I'm gonna go. Took 9 on the team from Mark. Not naming names, it does really hurt. Yeah, but you know what though? Like, I don't know. Like, it gets tricky. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be the current. I thought about it after a while. I don't really like the super current guy. I think there's an appetite for that, and you want to give like newer information. But you also don't think you want to give like information on like a guy who's out there. Imagine like the FBI is like watching and like they're moving charts during your podcast, So thank you, baby. Believe it or not, I actually was with my attorney today, and I told him about a lot of the podcast stuff. And I tried to see if any areas of exposure, but he said it was fine. Active guys.
The problem with naming active guys is we still live here.
Yeah.
I live in Staten Island. I go to places where these guys are. Yep. Think I want that drama in my life? No.
Agreed.
Got to respect people and, respect their privacy at least.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And also, like, I would love to have former law enforcement on. I'll tell you why. I always like to know, like, how do they select? Like, a federal case is literally a federal case. Like, don't make a federal case out of it. And I wonder how they, like, pick it, put the resources behind it, the methodology. Like, why are they going after Joe and that Borgata, but not Vinny and that Borgata? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I'm really fascinated by that,
That's a good question. I mean,
It is a good question.
Like, why did they go after Gotti so tough prior to him becoming a boss?
Yeah.
They were on him since, like, the 1979, 80. They kind of knew what he was up to.
I wonder if they look and see who has the real talent to keep the Borgata down, opposed to, all right, it's not going to ever grow with this guy in the chair. Leave him in there because we don't have to worry about this guy. He's very vanilla. When you see a rising star who you think could really, right. Mm-hmm. I think that's what it was with him. And sure enough, they were right.
Grant Calder makes a point, political too, probably, like where that's what he's referring to. Who's a bigger fish? Who's going to win points with? Who's going to get you promoted?
Right.
That mayorship, that kind of stuff.
And you're not going to get the budget for other guys. You're going to get the budget for the top guys. Election years, that comes into it a lot too.
Oh my God, Carlos Lederer would be a fun. You know what's interesting, Vinny? You'll find this out in his show. On one end, it's hard to get big names unless you have big numbers, right? But you'd be surprised on who you'll get on your show when you reach out. I've got a lot of people that I was surprised that I got on my old show, New Theory, and the numbers weren't nearly as good as Armchair. So that
really,
yeah. I've
reached out to a bunch of people. The Soprano guy, we're just trying to come up with Robert Finaro. We're trying to, he played Eugene. We're trying to come up with a date. And Just I've reached out to probably 50 people. My Instagram was compromised. So what I had to do, and I probably looked like a pest, I had to open up a new one, and then I contacted these people again saying, listen, I'm not pressuring you, but my other one was
You
compromised.
lost the other account officially?
Yeah. So what happened was it's like I followed up too quickly, and I didn't want them to think I was being a
Who the
pest.
hell breaks into Vinny Bracco's Instagram account?
It was compromised. Evidently, there's something in Instagram where you can buy people, but buy something, and they said someone tried to buy, I don't know if it's subscribers or followers. Someone tried to buy followers, and then I was locked out. I couldn't remember the passcode. I was locked out, so I had to delete it, start another one. So the guys that I had gotten a hold of, I just, retouched and said, listen, that one's no good. This is me, just telling you it's me. So a couple got back. Yeah, you're right, though. People are generally, the best was I Instagrammed Al Pacino. And what happened was, because he knows who I am, if I ever get a hold of him, he'd never come on. But and someone said, hey, I'm not really Al Pacino. I said, so thanks so much for not, giving me the runaround. And it's his picture. And you would think, how do these websites, how do they allow this?
It's called a blue check mark.
What?
A blue check mark. If it's really that person, they have a blue check mark.
Is that what it is? See, you can see how I am technically. I'm terrible. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I love your naivety towards social media. It's so refreshing.
But it's true. No idea what I'm doing.
That is true.
Now I'm looking for the blue check mark.
Yeah.
He doesn't get mad when people talk about Vinny. He just pulls his hair out of his head. That's all.
I don't, you know what? That's why in the street I was very good, because you never knew if I was mad at you. And that's why I was good.
Love it. All right. We're in on 2 hours, approaching 45 minutes. We're on our final descent. Joe, Bay 8th, I'll have you wrap up before Vinny wraps up with final.
I want to give a shout out to the crew. Thank you for all the kind words and the support. And thank you. It's really heartfelt. So seriously, I appreciate it. And I know the other guys do too. So
Tom, thank you for allowing me to come on. Let's get to 1,000 for you, 10,000 for you, because you really deserve it. And to all the people that have nice words, not so nice words, you know what? Thank you just for watching. It's the whole thing. I hope we do something good for you, because you do it for us.
Awesome. And then I'll get the final wrap up. So be sure to hit the like button, subscribe. We lost a few more. We're 8201. So let's just share it with like-minded people. Say, check these guys out. Check the subs out. We're going to kind of have the 4 horsemen rotate to my channel here, Minnie's channel. Bay 8th will get cooking soon. And, I appreciate it. Tonight was a little different. We started off on a business topic and then kind of did a little freestyle.
Thank you, John.
The reputation stuff is a big deal. If there's anybody ever privately needs help with that, come to me. Even if you don't have the resources, I'll guide you through what to do. Because again, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. And then if you have the resources, it's probably worth it to clean it up. So that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much, and have a good one, everybody.
You too. Take care. Bye.